Is this thing on? Does this mic work? It should do. Hello, hello, hello. For those that have hopped in, I've got the starting soon new page that I've added there, which is quite nice, a little bit fancy. Going to be kicking everything off very soon. Just making sure that we're all good to go. This is the first time I've had like a starting soon page or like a intermission page, so I'm just trying that out to see how that is going to work. And I've got some nice little music to play in the background. I don't know why I muted that actually. Some fancy hip-hop beats in the background there. I actually found this tune like 10 years ago. This piece of music is from a video about the film The Warriors, and I just took it from there. Detroit Connor, hello, 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 welcome in, welcome. Thanks for hopping in, man. Very, very special video today, stream rather. This is going to be an interesting one, I can promise you that. We're going to be looking at content that's been cut from the game, and content you're not really supposed to be able to play, but you're able to do so by using the debug menu, which I'll be showcasing in today's stream. Just giving it a minute, making sure that everything's in order and people have the opportunity to hop in. A lot of this might be new to some of you guys. You might not have seen this content before, you might have seen it. It's a little bit weird, so do take that into account. It's a bit strange, but we'll be okay. I'll ensure that everything's fine. I'm actually running the game in Legacy as well. I have to. I'll explain about that in a moment. In fact, I'm going to be writing up a comment in just a second to explain what's going on. Leon the Lord, hello, hello. So we've got Detroit Connor and Leon the Lord. First two in. Hello, hello. All right, I'm going to mute my mic. Oh, my giddy aunt. That was uncouth of me. I'm going to mute my mic a minute, and I'll be back with you in just a second. I'm still here. Don't panic, I'm here. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, that's enough of that. Right, we're good to go. We're going to get on with this now. So let's switch over to the main screen. Here we go, here we go. Make sure that it's actually on screen, which I thought that it was, but it doesn't appear to be. There we go, lovely, lovely. We need audio for Cuphead as well, don't we? So let's actually make sure the game has audio. There we go, you should hear the crackling of the game. I'm going to explain to those that are in of what is actually going on here. This is the debug menu for Cuphead. What this allows me to do, I've pinned a comment at the top there. The debug menu allows you to select any boss in the entire game, including the hidden bosses, which we're going to be taking a look at very soon. It also allows you to choose whichever weapons you want, including weapons that were removed from the game. I'm going to be showing you those. There's something very important you need to know. I've put it in the comment, but I'll say it here as well. I'm going to have to restart the game several times, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, because when I shut the game down and reopen it, it'll just come to the debug menu. The reason I'm going to have to do that is because you can't go back to this debug menu in Legacy. I'm going to be making a video about this soon to explain this in more depth, but what I'm going to do then is show you the weapons that have been cut from the game. So this weapon is called the Arc, and this weapon is called the Exploder. Both of these weapons are similar to weapons that are in the final game, but they were removed because they have been replaced by better weapons. The Arc shoots in an arc pattern, like up in the air, and it doesn't always hit its target, so it's not very good, to be honest. And the Exploder is basically the lobber, but it shoots in a straight line instead of bouncing, if that makes any sense. So the first thing I'm going to do not be alarmed, do not be afraid. I'm going to show you a boss from this game, which is a pachinko machine. I think he's called Patchy Patchy. This boss was supposed to be in the King Dice battle at the end of the game, and I'm going to show you them right now. Let's get on with it. Detroit Connor says, how do you like in my new pick? Oh, it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, definitely. So if I click pachinko there, it's going to load this boss. Now, something very important I need to make you aware of. By default, when you're using this, it sets the keyboard as your controller. So I'm going to have to go onto Options, go to Assign Controller, press the button on my Xbox controller, and now I can use the Xbox controller. If I die, it's going to put me back to King Dice, which you may think, which may look a bit weird, but let's get on with it. Right, let me show you the boss. So this boss is a pachinko machine, and I'm using the two cut weapons from the game. As you can see, they have unfinished artwork on them. They've got this just really weird looking red dot. And the Arc looks very similar to the Chaser, doesn't it? With the little green stars. But what it does, it shoots up in an arc kind of shape. What I'm going to try to not do is die. This boss is very, very weird because you can clearly tell that he was nearly finished. Like, the art in the background looks good. The art on the boss himself looks really good as well. And it's very clear that they nearly finished this boss before release, but they obviously decided against putting him in the game. The only things that obviously don't look too good are the placeholder platforms that you can see, and also the flame that you see above him. I'm going to die deliberately just now. And what's interesting is he actually has a end, like a mission failed text, which says cling clang clang clang, your bell has rang. He doesn't have an image there, as you know, he's an unfinished content. We've got some more people in the chat. Hello, hello. We've got Rhino Rash. Welcome in, Rhino Rash. One of my members. I'm going to thank him again for joining. He says, hello, this will be interesting. It will indeed. I'm actually kind of nervous about this. I've never done anything like this before, messing around with debug and things, so this will be interesting. Jacob de Scorpio, hello, hello. He says, hi, Bread. How's it going, Jacob? Welcome in. Now, if I press the retry button, it takes me back to King Dice, because the game thinks that I'm playing King Dice. I should still have the weapons I'm not supposed to have, though. Let me show you some more about this weapon, which shoots in a really weird pattern, as you can see. So this is the Arc, and I've got to be honest, I don't blame them for cutting it from the game, because it really sucks. It looks similar, like I said, the green stars look very similar to the Chaser, but it doesn't fire like the Chaser. It fires in like that, and it's not very useful, so they removed it from the game. And this weapon is called the Exploder, I believe, and it looks really weird because it has no art on it. It's just a red dot. Now this weapon, as I was just explaining about earlier, it's very similar to the Lobber, except it shoots in a straight line. I think you can actually hurt yourself with it. What I'm going to do before I restart the game and go back to that boss, I'm actually going to play some of the bosses normally using these cut weapons that we're not supposed to be using. So let's go, let's get on with it. Cuphead, hello, welcome in, Cuphead. If I'm saying your name right, Cuphead, or Cafe, welcome in. I'm actually really surprised that these weapons still work, they still deal damage. I'm just so shocked that they work at all because, you know, we're not supposed to be using them. Like, they're not fit for public consumption. Let's see if I can actually kill Chips Bettigan using this weapon. Oh wow, okay. It's worth noting that I am in Legacy mode, which I think I mentioned briefly earlier. And being in Legacy means all of the bugs and glitches and exploits are still present in this version of the game, so that we'll have to just take note of that. I'll do 2 more bosses using these weapons, and then I'm going to restart the game, and we're going to go back to the boss that we were just on, and hopefully defeat him this time. I've got to be honest, this isn't as bad as I thought. This weapon, I can understand why they cut it from the game, but it actually kinda works. This dot looks so weird though. It looks odd. We've got the mods in, both mods. Double whammy. We've got Tanya and Luke. Hello. Rhino Rash says no health bar. So basically, Rhino Rash, I can't use the health bar mod with this because I'm running the game in Legacy mode. So I can use the debug menu. That means that I can't use the health bar mod because of the fact that it needs the latest patch to work. I'm supposed to be showing you the EX moves of these, by the way. So you can EX them, which doesn't really do that much. The weird thing about this weapon is it can actually hurt you. You can hurt yourself, if I can try to demonstrate. Did you see that? And that's probably why they cut the weapon from the game, because you can actually hurt yourself with it, which is bizarre to me. For those who haven't seen the pinned comment at the top, I'm going to be restarting the game just now. I have to, because there's no other way to get back to the debug menu. So restart the game. And we should be back on the debug menu. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And it should be up on screen. If it's not up on screen for you guys, then that ain't good, is it? Does that mean I'm going to have to do that every single time? Oh, no, it is up on screen, isn't it? Apparently it is. Oh, it is. I'm just an idiot. I'm sorry, everyone. We're going to do this first boss again. I'm actually going to give myself some more health. I'm going to select health up 2, which is the double heart charm. There are a couple of super arts. We won't use those just now. I'm going to use the cut weapons again. So the arc and the exploder. And we're going to select Pachinko again, for those who haven't seen it. This is the Pachinko machine boss, which is called, his name is Patchy, I believe. And he's been cut from the game. It's very, very interesting to me to look at things like this. I love seeing like cut content and stuff you're not supposed to see. It's fascinating to me. When you're using the debug mode stuff, the thing that sucks about it is the fact that it'll automatically set keyboard and mouse by default. So you have to manually switch to the controller, that's all. Wildfire Toast, hello. We've got all of the mods in, all 3. Welcome. Welcome to this very, very strange, very special stream for Cuphead. I've never done something like this before, so I'm very, very nervous, but we'll see how we go. I'm actually trying to kill this guy because I'm actually just getting destroyed. He's weirdly quite hard. So this boss was supposed to be one of the mini bosses that you would see during the King Dice boss at the end of the game. And obviously he was cut from the game, so you'll never be able to fight him normally unless you use the debug menu. This was kind of annoying to set up, actually. Do you know what surprises me about this? He has a death animation, the background art looks really good, but they removed him. He's kind of he was basically finished mechanically. He even had really well-drawn artwork for him. And he has a death animation. He has a end-of-level dialogue. He's fully animated. It looks good. So we've defeated him there. We're going to start the game again. Like I say, I'm sorry for the restarts, but this has to be done, unfortunately. At the moment, at least. Reboot the game. We've got some more things in chat there. Cafe says, I know there is a boss that is a card. Interesting that you mentioned that, because he's next. Detroit Connor says, I heard there's a lot of people know about these other bosses. Yeah, a lot of people who've had a lot of experience with this game, they know about this additional content and things like that. Jacob De Scorpio says, just asking, is there any way that you could become a mod? Well, moderation roles I reserve for people that I've known for a while, people that I know very, very well, either personally or online. Ordinarily personally, but even if I've known them online, for example, Wellfire Toast, if it's someone that I trust and I know very, very well, I don't just hand out moderation role just like that. It's a very, very specific thing. So I don't know on that one, in honesty, to answer the question. What I'm going to show you next is a boss that is simply known as Card. Now this boss is very interesting because you cannot deal damage to him, you cannot hurt him, you can't do anything to him. So that'll be fun for us. I'm going to equip the Chaser weapon, which I believe is called Homing. It's called Homing here. As Weapon 1, Homing. Weapon 1 and Weapon 2, we could equip the Exploder. We won't be able to deal any damage to this boss, but I'm going to show you him just now, okay? So let's click on Card, and I'll show you what he looks like. Be warned, it looks terrible. You have to understand that this boss was an early concept art. Like, not even that, it was a very, very, very rough concept that they clearly cut early in development. So do take that into account. To explain the mechanics of how this boss works, these spikes are gradually falling down, and if you touch it, you get hurt. I'll just demonstrate that. I'm not really sure what the card icons were supposed to mean, what they were supposed to represent. This is the boss here. You cannot hurt him in any way whatsoever, unfortunately, and I don't think it's possible at all to make it so that you can hurt him, because the developers of the game, they never set up damage or hitboxes for him. But what is set up here is the spikes, the spike damage that can hurt you there. So let's look at the top left of the screen where you see those card icons that make certain patterns. I think depending on what pattern was made out of those icons there would determine special attacks that this boss sends out, or it could determine things like minions that are sent out to attack the player, things like that. This boss is obviously a very, very, very rough early concept, and now I am basically soft locked because I can't do anything. I can't take damage, and I can't get hurt or anything like that. So this boss is Card. Very strange looking. They clearly drew it in like 2 seconds in Microsoft Paint. It's a very, very weird boss there. So that's the second of the hidden bosses. Moving on to the next one. Restart the game again. After I've done this for a bit, what I'm going to do is switch to the latest version of Cuphead. I'm currently running the legacy build, which I have to do, otherwise I can't play this. I can't play these bosses, so I'm going to be switching to the latest version of the game in a bit. Luke says, the hell was that? I know, right? It's really weird. I know, it's weird. You have to remember this is content that was cut from the game, is still hidden in the game files. It's very weird, but it's also very interesting. So the next boss that we're going to play is called Light, or The Light. And The Light, he has this... Oh, I forgot to pick a weapon. I don't have a weapon. I'll still explain anyway. I'm going to have to restart the game again. This boss is called The Light. And if the lights are red, they will deal damage to you. If they're blue, they'll just pass through you. If it's yellow, it's a warning that it's about to turn red. So you basically have to move around constantly. The two heads in the middle of the screen move left and right. And they are actually the head of one of the developers of the game as a placeholder. You need to avoid and dodge those because they'll also deal damage. I'm going to fight him properly now. I'm going to restart the game. I actually was dumb there. I forgot to pick a weapon. Sorry about that. That was actually my fault there. Okay, let's bring it back up. So I'm going to select the homing, which is the chaser. I'm going to be using the chaser. Give myself 2 additional health points. And we're going to select the light again. This boss is called the light. Let me catch up on chat a minute. Looks like a very crap Microsoft Paint drawing. Yes, it's because it's a very, very early concept for a boss. They weren't really focusing on the artwork for it, more so the gameplay mechanics of it. So it looks very, very, very rough. Cafe A says, in one of the first trailers of Cuphead, the exploder has a texture. Yes, it does, yeah. And the data for how it plays is still in the game. Oh, I forgot. I've got to do this again. Sorry, you have to change it to keyboard. I forgot about that. Assign controller. There we go. Right, let's play this boss just now. It's actually quite a neat boss, like mechanically. So basically, you have to avoid the 3 lights, and if they're red, it will deal damage to you. But if they are blue, they'll pass through you. Like, they could have maybe salvaged this, made it for something else, you know what I mean? He takes a lot of damage, doesn't he? I think when you get further through the fight, the lights get faster. Can we kill him? Can we get him? He's got quite a lot of health, hasn't he? There's also no music. There we go, we got him. Excellent. We got him. Lovely. So that's kind of a neat boss mechanically. Rhino Rush says, did you take damage in the intro? Yes. So another reason why that boss is, well, why the debug stuff is very, very, very broken is because, yeah, you can take damage in the opening scene of it, which is really weird. Yeah, you can actually take damage straight away, which is not your fault. It's not fair at all. So, and again, it puts us over to King Dice because it thinks we're playing King Dice. Let's fight another boss. I'm gonna have to restart the game again in a second. Yeah. What I'm planning on doing as well is when I switch it over to the current patch version, I'm gonna have to take time to move it away from the I can't even speak properly. Move it away from the legacy version. Okay, so let's restart the game again. I'm sorry to show you them again, but I'm actually going to show you I'm going to start the 3 bosses again. So we're going to start with the Pachinko Patchy. Okay, we're going to do it again. Just a moment, because I need to check something. So when it comes to the charms, you might see that there are some other things here that were cut. Some of these things might not make any sense to you. They're called certain like code names and things. So they're called Builder, Health Up 1, Smoke Dash, Parry Plus, Pit Saver, Parry Attack, Health Up 2. Now, I think I'm not really sure what Builder is, so I'm going to try that. We're going to give each other the Smoke Bomb, which I believe is... Which one of these is the Smoke Bomb? Is what I wanted to give. Oh, the Smoke Dash, that's it, sorry. Builder, and so for the Super Art, let's give us the Invincible. I believe all of these were kept from the beginning of the game. So these are normal. There's no additional content with the Super Arts there. I don't know what the Builder is, so we're going to try that. I want to make something very clear. There are some things here which I wish I could look at. I really do, but I can't because if you select them, it makes the game crash. This retro arcade, there was supposed to be like a thing where you could Cuphead and Mugman are sat at an arcade machine, and you can like play the game inside that arcade machine. It looked amazing. Unfortunately, I cannot play it because the game either soft locks or crashes. There's also an additional boss which I cannot play, but I'm going to show you a picture of him in just a moment, or later on. It's called Airship Jelly. If you select that, the game will crash or soft lock, so I can't show you him either, unfortunately. So there's some things that are still here that I really, really wish I could show you, but I can't. Some of these weapons I don't think work as well. Some of the cut weapons, like the arcade P-shot and boomerang, I don't think you can use them. The only cut weapons that you can use is the arc and the exploder. They're the only two that work. I'm going to give myself the builder charm. I don't know what that does. We'll find out. Miguel, hello, hello, welcome in. This is a very, very weird stream, and you're going to see some stuff you haven't seen before, so be prepared. Let's pick the pachinko. We're going to do Patchy Patchy again, okay? Let's get on with it. Enough talk. And I've got to do this again. It's really annoying. You've got to do this every single time you restart the game. You've got to put your controller back. But it is what it is. Alright. What is the charm then? What does it do? It's called Builder. I don't really know what it does. Of the three bosses, I actually quite like the light. The one that looks like it was drawn in Microsoft Paint. Well, the other two do anyway. I think this boss is quite good. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to cut it. Maybe they just felt it didn't fit very well with the rest of the game. They felt it didn't feel right. I think it's a pretty good boss. See the other weapon we've got there? Oh, I nearly died then. Now, most of the King Dice bosses are quite easy. This boss is not particularly difficult. It's challenging, don't get me wrong, because you've got to dodge the little things dropping down. You've got to dodge the pachinko pieces falling, but you've also got to dodge the boss himself as well. So that's the pachinko. We're gonna do the second boss again, and I'm gonna just show you all again. I really wish that you could play the other bosses that were cut, and it's a shame that you can't really. You can only play certain ones. So again, we're going to go on to card. I'm actually going to allow card to kill me, so we can see the end of the like the end level dialogue from him. So I'm just going to allow card to kill me. We're going to start the boss. All right. And again, the left side of the screen with the spikes moving down, and then you've got the boss to the right there. The spikes here do deal damage to you, but you're not able to deal damage to the boss. I think there is some dialogue here. Please kill me. There we go. Oh, there's no end of text, end of game text. Okay. Now the weird thing is, now if I press retry, what it does, it will send you to King Dice, because again it thinks that you're playing a King Dice mini boss, even though you're not. It's really weird. So we're going to boot the game again. And for clarification, what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to have to switch the game version to the current patch. And then what I'm going to do is play through the game using some very, very fun, interesting mods that I think you're all going to like. It's going to be very, very silly. And I hope it's fun. But I will have to switch to the current patch build of the game before I can do that. Gabriel, hello, welcome in. Hello, hello. Welcome to a very, very strange, weird Cuphead stream, which is not normal at all. We'll equip the homing, and we'll select the light. Okay, we're going to fight against him. And yeah, it makes you take damage at the start, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Because you're kind of stuck. Luke says, you created a game shortcut with mods. Not sure what you mean by that. No, so what I've had to do is... I've I've had to completely reboot the game every time, and I'm basically running it like a different version of Cuphead. It's really weird to explain. What I'm hoping that I can do, for full disclosure, is make a video explaining it. There's actually 2 completely different ways that you can enter the debug mode, the weird mod mode that we're in. And the first one, the way that we're doing it just now, is the only way humanly possible that you can play these bosses. The other version of the debug mode, the bosses don't work. You can't open them. The game just soft locks. Oh my word. Yeah, this boss is fun. I like this boss. I wish that you could just, like... Actually... I wish they'd put him in the game. Obviously looking a lot better than this, but... There we go, we got him again. Yeah, I wish that you could just, have a different version of him. Right, what I'm going to do now is... You're going to have to bear with me. I'm actually going to switch screen back over. And I'm going to get rid of the starting soon text because we've already started. You're going to have to bear with me. What I'm going to have to do now is switch back to the current version of Cuphead. So... That was on Legacy, which means that that's the only possible way that you can run those bosses. I wanted to show you them. I'd like you guys to let me know. I'm actually going to do a poll just now. You probably didn't like any of those bosses, but I'm going to create a poll to see what people think already. So let me just mute my mic a minute. And I'm also going to bring some music back. I'm still here. Don't panic. Don't worry. I'm actually creating a poll, and I'm going to be swapping over to the new version of Cuphead, and we're going to play through the game using the cut weapons and also using lots of mods. It's going to be very stupid, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm also scared. So I'll be back with you in just a minute, people. Don't panic, I'm still here. Hello, 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 I'm back. I'm going to keep the music rolling. I'm going to keep Cuphead glancing left and right on screen as well. I'm taking a look at the poll there. So far we've got 4 votes in for which of those hidden debug bosses you like the best. So far the light is winning. I really like the light as well. I think it's a really good boss where obviously it looks terrible because it's like drawn with Microsoft Paint, but mechanically I think it's really cool. Card is weird to me because you can't really fight him, you can't deal any damage to it. The pachinko machine boss I really like, and the artwork looks really good on him as well. You can clearly see that most of his artwork was like finalized. But all good, all good. Luke there says, you know a few people that do... Oh, I see. So they've got like a separate launcher. I see what you're saying, Luke. Yeah, that's a very good thing that you've mentioned there. So it's not a separate launcher for this, but I had to... It's so weird. I had to butcher Cuphead to be able to open those cut bosses. What I had to do was revert back to Legacy. Then I had to rename 2 files and swap them over, which forces the game to boot in a debug mode. And then you have to use the keyboard and mouse and then switch it over to a controller. So you have to brutally butcher Cuphead to get it to work with the content. If you're wondering what we're waiting for just now, I'm switching back over to the latest patch of the game, which takes a little while. We're on 62%, so it's nearly done anyway. Because basically, if I've run the game in Legacy mode, I can't play through it properly like I want to do just now. So I have to switch to the latest patch. And then what I'm going to have to do is, there's a folder called... Sorry to get all technical just now. There's a folder called Cuphead Data. And what I need to do is replace that folder with a mod that forces the debug menu on the newest version of the game. The problem with that is, on the newest version, you can't play the bosses because they don't work. So that's why I went on the Legacy build of the game. It's very technical and complicated. I apologize if I'm confusing anyone. I'm hoping to make a video explaining it more thoroughly and more detailed. Right. So, if I go onto here, I'm going to have to go and put replace the Cuphead data folder. And you're going to see something very, very weird when we get in game. Don't panic, I'm going to explain what it is. I'll explain thoroughly what it means when we get there. So, we're almost ready to go. Sorry for the wait. But I have to do this because I have to swap over to the latest patch of the game. Right, so let's open the Cuphead folder and then swap over Cuphead data. This is going to be fun, but this will be worth it. Trust me, it will be worth it. Replace the files. And that should work. We should be good to go. Debug mod. In there. Replace. There's sirens outside my door again. Right. That's enough of the music. Stop. We're going to reboot the game. And we should be able to boot with the latest version just now. Lovely. So now you'll notice that the game is loading properly in the way that it should. That's expected behavior. That's what we want. When you're messing around with the debug, it deletes the top save. It will always clear this. I had 200% on that as well, but that's fine. I'm going to load this save. Now, do not be alarmed by what you might see. It might look very weird. I'll explain what it means. What you're looking at, you can probably see loads of blue lines on the screen. And you're probably asking, what is that? What are these ugly blue lines on the screen? I'm going to explain what they are. Those blue lines are collision. If you don't know what collision means, it basically means it prevents the player from walking there. It's like a block. That's what collision means. So all of the blue lines that you see on the screen are collision, so I can't go through them, I can't walk into them. And they're placed all around the map to prevent you from walking into areas that you're not supposed to walk into. Now, you have to remember this map is a drawing. It's just a drawing. So the way that they ensure that you can't walk all over that drawing is by putting this collision down, these blue lines, which prevents you from going where they don't want you to go. I've lost my chat window again. Right. Tanya says, your thumbnail is excellent. That little dirt green thing just hanging on. That little green thing is called The Light, and I love him. He's brilliant. Luke says, haven't heard that tune for ages. Can't remember where it's from. Yeah, it's like I found it on a video about the Warriors. Right, enough faffing about. I got to tell you something very important. I got to tell you all something very important. This is what we're going to do now. If I press 0, it'll bring up the debug menu. The problem is, the debug menu is very, very broken in the latest patch of the game. So if it does freeze up, I'm going to have to start the game again. I'm very sorry. So I'm going to take a look at the poll before I carry on. Just 2 seconds. Look at the poll. The pachinko machine has 57%. It's currently winning. The card has 12%. Oh, never mind. Let me start again. The pachinko machine has 62%. The card has 12%. And the light has 25%. Most of you seem to think the pachinko machine is the best one. I'd say he's the most polished one. I think it's the best looking one. The art looks good on him as well. Detroit Connor says, your Cuphead streams are pretty interesting. Thank you very much, Detroit Connor. I appreciate that. Right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself the Exploder. And I'm going to give myself the Arc. Now, this is some new things that I can do here. I'm just going to quickly tell you what I'm able to do. I can make myself invincible if I press 9 on the keyboard. I can give myself 10 times damage if I press the 8 key on my keyboard. If I press 2, I can give myself 1 card in the bottom left. If I give myself, if I press the number 1 on my keyboard, I can give myself a full deck of cards. If I press Control H, I can remove the hitboxes, like the blue lines that you see on the screen. I can remove them if you guys don't like them. I'll take them off the screen. If I tap R on my keyboard, I can instantly restart the level. And if I press F1, it will display the health bar. So I'm going to give myself the Exploder and the Arc, the 2 cut weapons from the game that we can use. If I click on the bosses that we have just seen, for example, the pachinko and the card, the game will soft lock and I won't be able to carry on. So we're actually going to start from the very beginning of the game. We're going to start from the root pack, which I know you guys are quite familiar with, the first boss of the game. The code name for them is Veggies. It's quite funny because if you look at all of these are what they're called, like their code names, like what they're called in the game code. And most of these are actually final game content, except for that one, Airship Jelly. You cannot play it. I wish you could. So we're going to pick Veggies, which I hope loads. There we go. Thank goodness for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself invincible. If I press 9 on the keyboard, I cannot die now. Now, people can cheat and play really, really nasty with this. I don't think my weapons worked. the Exploder weapon didn't equip for some reason. That's strange. That's not a problem. What I'm going to do next is just make sure that that it is working. Yeah, I'm going to have to exit to map. The debug weapons didn't work. That's embarrassing. It's really weird. It puts you back to where you last were. It's where you shouldn't really be. Let's try this again. Select the Arc and select the Exploder. For some reason, those didn't equip for me. We'll pick normal, and we will give ourselves 2 more health. And we will try this again. We will just click on Veggies, which is the root pack, and let's try it again. And see if we have weapons now. Those weapons don't seem to be working, which is weird because the cut weapons usually do work for me. Yeah, they're not working. That's alright, that's okay. What I'm going to do just now then is show you the 10 times damage, which is absolutely silly. If I press 8 on the debug keyboard, I can deal 10 times damage. This is what I'm supposed to be able to do. So I'm going to give myself the spread shot, and I'm going to give myself I believe the bouncer is the lobber weapon. And just a moment, I'm going to check the chat. Tanya says, he's that rave boss that you saw. He's amazing. Out of context, he's absolutely superb, Tanya. I love it. TikTok Hannah, hello, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Cuphead stream. It's a very, very strange stream, so be ready. Prepare yourself, because this is going to be a weird one. I'm going to press 9, and then I'm going to press 8, and I should have weapons. There we go. I've now got weapons equipped. Look at the health in the top right of the screen. Look how much damage that I can deal. Isn't that ridiculous? Look how quickly you can kill them. So what I've done, I've activated 10 times damage. And which is very, very stupid, because you can just kill them so fast. Let's look at the time for how quickly we did that. 19 seconds. 19 seconds. That's so ridiculous. Let me think a moment though. I don't know why the debug for the weapon is not working for some reason. If I press F1, give it just a minute. This is what the global data does now. So if we look at the top left of the screen, I'm going to explain what's going on there. It'll show you how many deaths you've had. So on this save, I've had 36 deaths. It'll let you know if you're currently in multiplayer or single player. I'm currently in single player, so multiplayer is false. It tells you how many total coins you've collected, your total percentage, which save slot you're on. VSync mode means if you have VSync enabled or not. If it is enabled, it will display as 1. If it's disabled, it'll display as a 0. So if you go to options, visuals, we can turn VSync off. My phone's dinging. Turn VSync off. You can see that the VSync mode number changes from 1 to 0, depending on if it's on or off. Apparently, for speed running this game, VSync is against the rules, because if you VSync, you can like skip frames and stuff. So if you turn it off, that's the way that it should be. That's just the overscan. The current scene at the bottom just tells you which map that you're on, which you'll see it will change if I go up here. It should say current scene 4. Here we go, yeah, scene map 4. Okay, just explaining what's going on there. So, in addition, if we load up a boss again, by hitting the 0 key, I'm going to give... I don't know why these weapons are not working. I'm sorry that they're not. They really should be. They were working on Legacy, the Exploder, and the Arc weapon, but they don't seem to work in this, in the latest patch for some reason. So what we're going to do for the time being, we're going to use the pea shooter and the spread shot again. Okay. And we're going to do the frogs, as you guys know, which is the Ribbian croaks. And what you can see now in the top left is it shows you their health. We're dealing a stupid amount of health. We're on the final phase already. Can you see that? We're dealing 10 times damage, so you completely skip a phase of them, which is absolutely ridiculous. But it tells you how long you're taking. It tells you all of the stats that you need to know. So it tells you like how many parries and how many supers you've done. That's stuff that you need to do in order to get an S rank. All of the information is shown on the left there. Now, whilst you're playing the game ordinarily, you can't see that stuff. So you just have to kind of guess and hope that you've done it. If you're just trying to, to look at or practice the boss, it might be worth having this debug on screen. I'm going to leave it on the screen. I'm going to take a look at some run and gun levels, by the way, because what you can do with is quite bad actually. If I go onto a run and gun level and I make myself invincible, you can basically cheat, because if you were trying to get pacifist run, I now cannot take damage. So just to demonstrate that, I can't get hurt at all, and that means that pacifist run is going to be great. Dale73 says, "I love you to death, and God is great. I love you." What? What? I've had some interesting compliments. I'm not invincible. I forgot to make myself invincible. There we go. Now I'm invincible. I've had some interesting compliments in my time. That's a new one. That's a very new one. Because I'm invincible, I can just do whatever I want, and it doesn't matter. It's so broken. I love it. You can just constantly hurt yourself, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep the bounding boxes on screen, so all of those squares around the things that you can see. They are collisions, they are damage boxes, they are parries. So those pink blocks are for, those pink squares you see are for parryable items. These different colors are for just different enemy types. Some of them you can pass through, as you can see, so it still hurts me, but I can run through him. He doesn't block me, which is quite an interesting one. Alrighty then. You can just parry this forever and ever. I don't even need to stand on him because of I'm invincible. I can just keep dashing forwards like this. I love the fact that you just basically completely break the game. It's very fun to mess around with it. Rhino Rash says, like how the damage freeze there stopped you from passing Ruby and Croaks in the first phase. Yeah, so, yeah, the developers intentionally prevent you from doing certain things. They deliberately block damage, so because they don't want you to kill the boss too quickly, and it's so apparent where they've done that as well. Okay. So I just got Pacifist, which is unbelievably unfair. It's such cheating. Because, you know, you can't die with that enabled. A brand new record. What I'm going to do just now, I'm going to get some revenge on the dragon because of the fact that I can now not die because I'm using debug. I'm going to go and fight the dragon and just absolutely batter him to get my revenge. Why am I bringing this up? Right, there we go. So, the other weapons you can see, I spoke a little bit earlier, but I'll just mention it again. The arcade P-shot and the boomerang and the wide shot. I don't know if you can use them. The spread shot, I think the wide shot is like a different version of the spread shot. We'll see if we can use it. I don't think it's going to work though, if I'm completely honest with you. I should equip it as a secondary weapon, wide shot. Primary weapon, pea shooter, just in case we can't use it. I'm going to give myself 2 more health points. I'm going to go to the... I love how he's just called Dragon. It's Grim Matchstick. We're gonna load the Dragon boss just now, using the pea shot, as it's called here, and the wide shot. I don't even need the 2 additional health points because I'm going to be making myself invincible anyway. Every single time you start a boss, you have to press 9 on your keyboard again to make yourself invincible again. So, let's open the dragon, and we'll tap 9. There we go. So this is the pea shooter. Let's switch to the other weapon. It doesn't work. So if I've switched weapon, it doesn't even have an icon, and now I can't switch at all. So I've basically soft locked myself now because I can't switch weapon. Okay, lovely. So what's quite interesting as well is if we take a look at the left of the screen, it's got current scene. It tells you what scene that you're in. It tells you what you're using and everything as well, which I think is pretty cool. Like, it shows you everything that you're using. In Legacy, I can use the original weapons. Do you know what? I might have to switch back to Legacy again, which I don't mind doing. I'm happy to do that. But if you do run in Legacy, you can't use the invincibility and stuff. Because what I wanted to do is play through the entire game using the cut weapons, but they don't seem to work in the latest patch. What the developers have probably done on the latest patch, they've probably just like completely hashed that code out. They've just like probably deleted that code, so they don't even load. But Legacy has everything, warts and all, in it, so I might have to go back to the Legacy build of the game. Because I want to play through the whole game with the 2 weapons we're not allowed to use, because it's very fun. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch again back to Legacy. I'll still keep talking. I'll still be here. But I'm going to be making a video to explain to people how to play in Legacy. There is an exploit in the Legacy version of this game where you can switch between the lobber and the roundabout weapon rapidly, which deals a ton of damage. Which most people know about that bug, and I'm able to do that if I play the game in Legacy. So I'm actually going to switch back to Legacy All you have to do is quite easy in Steam. You just right-click on Cuphead. You go to Properties, click on Betas, and then click Legacy No Patches. And then it should download an update, which it'll start doing just now. I'm going to put the music back on. And what I'm going to do whilst we're waiting for that, because we're reverting back to the Legacy build of the game, what we're going to do next is ask how people are doing. Just have a chat with people with chat. If people are still around in chat, I hope you're doing well. I hope this has been an interesting one. It's very different. It's not normal. This is not how you're supposed to play this game. This is not the way you're supposed to play this game at all. I'm basically just breaking everything. I'm ruining everything, which is what you want, really. What I'm going to try to see if we can do is if I switch my weapons to the exploder and the arc, the weapons that are cut from the game, I'm hoping what I'll be able to do is play through all of the bosses in the entire game using them. So we'll have a look just now. The reason I switched to the latest patch is because I wanted to show you the fact that you can be invincible and the fact that you can deal 10 times damage, which is ridiculous. You can't do that in the Legacy version of the game. So that's just interesting. Right, let's have a look at the poll. Which hidden boss do you think was the best? We can have a look at them again for those who have missed the hidden bosses. We're going to have a look when we go back to them in a minute. The pachinko machine is winning, 64%. Card has 14%, and the light has 21%. Interesting, very interesting. People seem to like that pachinko machine. I think the pachinko machine's probably the most polished of the three of them. With a little bit more work, the pachinko machine could be done, like could be ready for release. They could literally release that boss if they just obviously replace the placeholder platforms. If they tidied it up a little bit, that boss is basically good to go, to be honest. Card is nowhere near finished, and it looks very rough. It would literally require a month or 3 of work. Excuse me, it doesn't even have any art at all. The light also has no art, but I really love the way that it plays with the disco lights, as Tanya described them, rotating around. I really like that boss. It's really fun to play. Rhino Rash there says, just going to say that you're very tired. I feel you, man. I completely relate to you, Rhino Rash, because I'm always tired. I've actually, it's not good. I don't recommend any of you do this, but I drink Red Bull. Don't do it, kids. Don't drink Red Bull. Okay, so I'm switching back to the Legacy version of the game because I want to use the cut weapons. They don't seem to work on, like I was saying just now, the reason I don't think the cut weapons work on the latest version of the game is because the developers have probably like coded them out. They've probably like removed them from the game entirely. So we're going back to Legacy, where everything is broken and horrible, and I love it. The only thing that does kind of suck is the fact that you can't, you unfortunately can't go back and put on the invincibility and the 10 times damage. I just wanted to show you that because it's really stupid. Did you see how quickly I killed the root pack? Like 18 seconds. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Luke says you had a nap after streaming. Do you know what I usually do, people? When I finished work, I usually have a little nap. That's always good to do. Yeah. Sorry about this, we're waiting. Sorry to everyone that we're waiting. What I'm doing just now is I'm switching back to the original version of the game. And I'm waiting for the patch to finish. It's nearly done. You have to do this. This is the only way you can do this. It's on 70%. We're almost there. So yeah, I just wanted to chat whilst we're waiting. And just to pass the time. Like I say, this is not a normal Cuphead stream at all. It's very abnormal, if anything. I'm gonna play the bosses again. Even I know you've already seen them, but I'm doing it again because it's something fresh and new. Instead of all of you here have seen me play through this entire game a billion times, and we are gonna play through the game again. But first of all, I'm I'm gonna play the pachinko machine card and the light boss again. So yeah, so far on that poll, I'm gonna leave the poll up until the end of the stream, in case anyone else hops in, they have an opinion on the matter. The pachinko machine, people believe to be the best one, so I agree, it is. Say the final art looks good. His artwork is basically good to go. So is the background, so the background imagery looks really good as well. I'm always fascinated by cut content, like stuff that was removed from the game. It just fascinates me. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain to set it up, like it's not the easiest thing in the world. It just requires a bit of noodling and a bit of tinkering. Egerton, hello, hello, welcome in. We've got Egerton, here he comes, the egg himself. We've got a very, very special stream today, Egerton. You missed the first bit, but that's not a problem because I'm going to do it again now, as soon as the patch is finished. If you're wondering what on earth is going on, Egerton, what I'm doing is I'm playing with the debug menu of this game, going into the game files and using content we're not supposed to use. And it's really, really fascinating to me. We can use 2 weapons that were cut from the game. I mean, we're also able to fight 3 bosses that you're not supposed to be able to fight. A lot of people are very familiar with them anyways. But we're going to do it again. And if you'd like to vote, Egerton, which I believe you might have done, we have a hidden boss vote. We've had 15 votes. That's very, very good. Alrighty then. The patch is finished. So we're now on we should be on Cuphead Legacy now. Yep. So what I have to do is go into the game files. And what I have to do is very strange. I need to delete a folder called Level 0. And I need to delete a file which is called Level 0. Then I have to replace another file called Level 0. Stay with me. Then I have to put the previous thing I deleted back into the folder, which forces the game to run in debug mode. You might be thinking, what on earth is he talking about? And I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. I'm going to make a video about it which explains what on earth I'm talking about, so don't worry about that. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Open the Cuphead data folder. Delete Level 0, right? Click on Level 7, rename it to Level 0, and then put the copy backup of Level 7 back into the folder. And now boot the game, and it should boot in debug mode. Let's hope this works. It worked! Hooray! Okay. First thing we're going to do, Egerton, you're in luck, because I'm going to show you the 3 bosses again that you can see at the top of the screen. I'm going to... Did I switch the thing over? I'm an idiot, there we go. I didn't switch over to the menu, this thing we need. Can we see the game? There we can. There we go. Okay. There we can. That doesn't make grammatical sense. Egerton's doing a BRB. You're going to miss it again, but that's fine. Right, let's equip the Exploder and the Arc weapons again. Give ourselves 2 health points again. We're going to play through all 3 of the bosses again. Let's go on to the Pachinko. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Escape. Options. Controls. Yeah, we got to do this again. Sorry, everybody. Let's do it. Let's fight the Pachinko machine again. Let's do it again. Do it again. So yeah, like I said, I do like this boss. It looks good. It's so weird to me that they finished it. Look at how good he looks. Look at how good the background image looks. He's finished. He's done. But the rest obviously looks quite bad. Like the flame that sends out from the top of him looks kind of bad. And the placeholder icons, the placeholder text looks bad, obviously. This weapon can actually hurt you, by the way, which is very, very weird. I mentioned briefly earlier, but basically the EX of this weapon hurts you, which is really odd. I don't blame them for cutting it from the game. See, he even has a knockout animation, which looks fantastic. I'm hoping they maybe bring him back in the DLC. I hope they do. And then it'll put you to King Dice because it thinks that we're on King Dice, but we're not. Boot the game again, and we're going to play the next boss, which is Card. And I'm going to explain to Egerton, he might not know. The next hidden boss we're going to play is called Card. We cannot deal damage to him, but I'm going to show you what he looks like anyway. There's no point picking a weapon, we can't hurt him anyway. So we're going to click on Card here. Lovely. And this is what Card looks like. Oops, I accidentally pressed start. This is a weird thing about the debug menu. If you don't switch over your controller, what it will do is it thinks you're player 2. So what you have to do is go into the options and switch your controls. Like that. Which I can't do just now because it thinks I'm player 2. It's so weird. But this is what happens when you break this game. This is what happens. Look at the screen. This mess is what happens when you screw about with the game code. There we go. That boss is called Card. We cannot deal any damage to him whatsoever. Adrian Berardi says, "What is this?" Hello, Adrian. You might be very confused and scared as to what you're seeing. Don't worry, so am I. Welcome into the stream. This is the debug menu of Cuphead. It allows us to see cut content from the game. It allows us to mess around with the game files and see bosses that we've never seen before, which is really, really cool. And I'm going to show you another boss called The Light, which is the third of these bosses that we're not supposed to be able to play. I'm going to equip the arc and the exploder weapons again. These are the two cut weapons from the game. And we're going to go to The Light. Let's do it. And it makes you take damage at the start, and you can't do anything about it. I think Rhinarash mentioned that earlier, yeah. Assign controller, there we go. And we're going to fight against him. Let's go. Oh, you've seen the debug stuff before, have you? Okay. Yeah, some people are quite familiar with it. The weird thing about this is this boss is completely playable. Like, you can deal damage to him, you can do it. You can finish it. This exploder weapon, the fact that it deals damage to you, I don't blame them for cutting it from the game. Because the EX move can actually hurt you, which just sucks. What was I saying? Sorry, the red lines deal damage to you, the blue lines pass through you, and the yellow lines are just a warning that it's going to turn red, that's all. So there we go. Those are the bosses again. That was the third boss called The Light. I'm going to take a look at the poll to see what people think. So I've shown you the 3 bosses again. If you have missed the bosses, you can scroll back through the video, or I'll play them again in a bit. So we've got the Pachinko machine has 67%, is leading the charge. Card has 17%, and The Light has 17%. That's with 18 votes. The Pachinko machine is leading the charge there. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the game again. Sorry for constantly rebooting the game. I don't have any other option. Reboot the game again. And what I'm going to try to do is try to play all of the bosses with the cut weapons. So we'll equip the exploder and the arc. And which charm shall we use? Let's use the smoke dash. And we'll click on veggies, because that's the first boss of the game, which is the root pack. Egerton says you're leaving now. Okay. Well, goodbye, Egerton. Thank you for hopping in. And we need to switch the controller over again. And we're going to play through the whole game, if we can, using these cut weapons. So let's do it. Let's go, go, go. I'd like to do this again, actually. Do like a run of this. I'm surprised that they still work. Do you know what I mean? I'm surprised that the damage output actually works as it should. It's very weird. It's weird how the stars like stay on the floor, by the way. I think it uses the same graphic from the the chaser weapon. It just looks so weird. You can EX it as well. Okay. Just keep using that. It hurts you. The reason the fact that it hurts you, sorry, is so ridiculous though. It's so weird. It's strange to look at, isn't it? You're supposed to just fire it forwards because it goes upwards at them. It's such a strange weapon, and it's kind of broken as well. Like, I love it. I've actually dealt damage to myself because I'm using the exploder, as it's called. I just killed myself. Detroit Connor says, I've been here the whole entire time, being the first person here, and you're starting to feel like you want to leave, but you don't want to. You can leave if you'd like to. I appreciate you hopping in. I appreciate that this is a very different stream. It's not normal for Cuphead. It's very, very strange. I know you guys are probably thinking, what on earth is going on? It's debug content is not normal. It's not the way that this game is supposed to be played. I just wanted to do a stream of it and show you guys, because I find it just quite interesting, you know. It's a bit different. Something different for a change, you know. Right. Just now I was saying I'll play through the whole game with these cut weapons. I probably will. Just see how we get on with that. See, I just hurt myself with it. It's so stupid. I really want to kill the root pack though. It's not a hard boss. Just keep shooting upwards. Like I say, no one's under any obligation to stay. But I appreciate the fact that you've hopped in. Thank you very much, guys. Like I say, I appreciate this is very weird. It's not what we would normally do. But, you know, because I'm this dedicated to this game, I'm willing to break it and look at these weird, crazy things like the debug and everything. What I'm hoping now that we've beaten that is we can actually switch, we can actually keep those weapons that we've got. I hope so. Alright. Let's come back. I just hope that we can use them again. That's all. What would it say on the card? That's weird. It starts me off at the beginning. That's really, really odd. Oh, it actually does say, I've still got them. So it says Arc, which does not have an item. It doesn't have an icon. And Ranger also doesn't have an icon at all. It just uses the pea shooter there. So let's carry on through the rest of the game, I guess. A little nervous about this, actually. This could go ear-shaped. Let's do Goopy Legrand using the cut weapons. Let's see how we get on. I don't know how much damage these things do. I don't really know. It does look strange. But it's weird because they're very, very playable. It's very playable. Did you know there's also a mod which changes the color of Goopy Legrand as well? There used to be a mod for this game where you can play as Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. But I don't think that mod exists anymore. I don't think you can do it anymore. It's very, very odd. Very strange. Okay. It's difficult to tell how much damage these do. I don't really know. It feels like they just do average kind of damage. This arc, I don't blame them for cutting the arc, because it's just a bit... I don't know. It's not... I mean, it's kind of useful, sort of, but it's not great, to be honest. And what's up with, you know, the EX of the exploder weapon, which hurts you? That's just crazy. It's ridiculous to me. Rhino Rash says, there is a fan-made version of Metal Slug 5 that includes content cut for time, and there's a lot of it. I can imagine that there is. Yeah, like Cuphead has got... There's a lot of cut content in Cuphead that you can't do anything about. You can't view it at all, unfortunately. I wish that you could. You can't reopen the debug menu. That sucks. I wish that you could reopen it. Right, let's try Ribby and Croaks using the cut weapons. Let's have a look. Alrighty then. Let's see what this looks like.
A great slam and next up. It's on.
Okay. See, they'll say that the weapons, they still work. You can still use the EX moves of them as well, which is surprising to me. The fact that the exploder hurts you is so dumb. What were they thinking with that? Do you see that? It hurts you. It like comes back and hits you. I don't know what they were thinking.
Here goes.
It looks odd without a texture as well. All right. I said I was going to play through all the bosses. I'm not going to play through the whole game, actually. I'll just do a couple of them. Do you know what I might do? I might play against the dragon and see what the dragon is like with these weapons. Because I'm interested to how he'll play. Because the dragon is my least favourite boss on this game. So we're going to reboot the game so we can go and fight against the dragon using these cut weapons. Let's have a look. Let's give it a go. Hold on a second. Reboot the game. Rebooting. Taking a look at what people have chosen again. So, which hidden boss was the best? Pachinko Machine is still winning with 65%. Card has 20% and the Light has 15%. That's 20 votes. We've had 20 votes. That's amazing. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to equip the Arc and the Exploder weapon. Give ourselves the Smoke Dash. And we're going to fight against Grim Matchstick. And see how we get along. If it'll load. Please don't soft lock. Because you never know with this. It is debug, so... Oh, there we go. Nice. We're in. We are in. And I forgot to change the controls again. Assign controller. This. There we go. Lovely. Do you know what would be really dumb if I did like a speed run with these weapons as well? That would be really dumb. It goes like so far off screen you can't even see where some of these things are. Look at the big red dot when it hits the boss. It looks so weird. It feels like it does quite a decent bit of damage. It's got quite a slow rate of fire. It feels like the lobber, but in a straight line. Very weird. And the Arc is barely hitting anything. Oh, nasty bit of damage there. Oh-ho. Right, we got him. You know what? This is kind of like the lobber, isn't it? In that it drops down. So can we just like use the lobber strat using this weapon? Okay? Because what I usually do to fight against the dragon is I use the lobber anyway, and this Arc weapon kind of functions in a never mind, I'm dead. Kind of functions in a similar way. Okay. I was just interested to see how the dragon feels with this weapon. It's very weird. Okay. I'm not going to use the EX of this weapon because it just hurts you. It's not worth doing, to be honest. Ooh, dear me. Yeah, it's so strange to me that you have to run this game in Legacy, or this doesn't work. Using these cut weapons, it won't work. Ooh. And yeah, also the health bar mod doesn't work on Legacy, so just gotta make do, you know. It doesn't make the game easier or anything. Like, you still have to. It still takes effort, you know what I mean? It still takes, like, you still gotta do it. Alright, let's switch over to this weapon. So weird that the game is still playable, even though you're messing around with it and breaking everything. It's still playable. I'm quite late to the party for the debug content because people are already very aware of the debug bosses. There's people have already made loads of videos about it as well. Here we go, we got him, nice. Rhino Rush says, Metal Slug 5 was very rushed and unfinished. There was even a boss that appears in a cutscene in the final game but got dropped. Really? That's weird. Weird when you see things like that, isn't it? Like, but I'm fascinated by cut content, I love it. It's so weird that these weapons that you're not supposed to use are like... The Ranger doesn't even have an icon, and the Arc uses the wrong item. I'm not going to switch weapon because I'll lose the weapons I have. Also, if you fight things in the debug menu, it puts you back to the start of the game. It's really weird, that. It's just strange. Botanic Panic, let's go again.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
We've already done this boss, I'm just doing it again for some reason. That's okay. For those that have stuck around, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I've said before, but I'll say again, I appreciate this is a very weird stream. It's not what we would normally do. We don't usually look at broken game content like this, but I thought it'd be interesting. I find it very fascinating. Very exciting to look at. Like I say, unfortunately, we can't use the 10 times damage bonus. It's really dumb. You can kill bosses like so fast with it. Cuphead is a really hard game to mod, by the way. Like, this game is not easy to mod at all, because there used to be things like people used to make like skins and stuff for bosses, but you can't really do it anymore. I think like the latest patch of this game like stopped people from doing that. Right, I'm gonna reboot the game. I'm very sorry, everyone. I'm going to fight against the Pachinko Machine hidden boss again. I'm going to play through the 3 of them again because I want to see what they're like if I use different weapons. So I want to use the... In fact, is Boomerang, is that the chaser? The roundabout, sorry. We'll find out now. Let's boot the Pachinko Machine up again. I'm doing it again. I'm very sorry, everyone. I want to see if this weapon works. I think it's called the... Yeah, so this weapon was originally called the Boomerang, which is interesting. I'm taking loads of damage. Still use the pea shooter. Yeah, it was originally called the Boomerang, but obviously they later changed the name to Roundabout. That's the final, in the final build of the game, it's called Roundabout. Okay. Ooh, dear me. But yeah, I just want to fight the Pachinko Machine again. He's a really fun fight. I'm not entirely sure why they cut him. Like, this would have fit in quite well with the King Dice. I think they originally wanted like 10 mini bosses, for king dice. I might die. Oh, there we go. No matter. I'm going to fight against the light again now, using the roundabout weapon. I think they wanted 10 mini-bosses, but what they've done is there's 9 mini-bosses, and then there's king dice at the end. So, right, let's equip the boomerang, as it's called, and the bouncer. Okay. And go on to the light. Let's do it. Oh, I forgot my thing. I might die now, because I forgot to give myself health. That's okay. Just go forward. Oh, there we go. Roundabout is ridiculous for this boss, actually. You can still use the lobber though. Boom! It still builds up your EX meter as well. That's cool. Can you switch rapidly between these? We are on Legacy, aren't we? That's the exploit works, where you switch between roundabout and lobber. That's funny. I'm surprised that works as well as it does, actually. Excuse me. I'm actually going to try to do the lobber and roundabout exploit on some of these bosses. We should deal a ton of damage. Chip's Betagon's not the best example to show it on. So, most of you probably know this, but those who are unaware, there's an exploit in the Legacy build of this game where you can, if you rapidly switch between the lobber and the roundabout like this, you deal stupid damage. So, let's rapidly switch between them. And you deal ridiculous damage. You can't really tell because I don't have the thing up. See, look how quickly I killed the first one already. I'm probably going to die, but I just wanted to demonstrate how quickly you can deal damage with this thing. It's really, really ridiculous. So speedrunners used to do this. So all you have to do is equip the roundabout and the lobber, and just keep spam pressing it. Look how fast you can kill him. Isn't that stupid? Do you see that? Did you see that? It's really, really dumb. Right. And the developers patched this like 3 years ago. this exploit where you can rapidly switch between the weapons. Might not be able to do it with this boss, but because he's quite far away. Let's quit the game. And oh my giddy aunt. Tanya says the little green dude is the best. Oh yeah, the light is great, isn't it? He's awesome. He's fantastic. Right, let's go back and let's boot the game again. Like I say, I do apologize if we have to keep rebooting the game. I know it's a pain, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. What I want to do is equip the. I want to demonstrate the legacy bug again. We're going to equip the roundabout, which is called boomerang in the code, and we're going to equip the bouncer, which is the lobber weapon. Give myself the smoke dash, and we will open the. Just to demonstrate how fast you can do this, let's open Ribby and Croaks, the frogs. Let's give ourselves 2 health actually. Go on the frogs. We've got the boomerang and the bouncer. And don't forget to change your controls. Don't forget to change the controls over. So we need to go controls, assign controller, there we go. And now we're going to go up close and just spam, 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 spam. Keep switching between them rapidly. What I'm doing is I'm quickly changing weapons between the lobber and the roundabout weapon really, really fast. I'm taking damage, that doesn't matter. Keep switching between them like this. And what you can do, if you do it properly, you can actually skip that phase that we were on then. You can actually skip it. I didn't do it properly to demonstrate, but if I actually do it properly and don't play like an idiot, you deal so much damage that you actually skip the phase entirely. Here we go. There we go. Supposed to use the EXs as well. It's just so dumb. So yeah. This phase here, if you keep attacking, you can actually hurt them so much that, there we go, we skipped it. Do you see what I mean? We completely skipped that phase. And we just go straight to the final phase, which is the pachinko machine. The slot machine, sorry, wherever it is. It's really, really dumb. It's so dumb. This bug, they fixed it years ago, so... It's very, very funny how much damage you can do. And like speedrunners finish this game in like 20 minutes because of it. You can't really do it anymore unless you play in legacy mode. Right, there we go. Lovely. Rhino Rash in chat says, another game that was notable for its cut content and being unfinished was Crash Twinsanity. Interesting. I didn't know that about Crash Twinsanity. Literally, I just beat that boss in 1 minute and 8 seconds because like you can skip an entire phase. It's weird. Okay, what I want to fight next, I want to fight against the devil using the cut weapons. So we're going to use both of the cut content weapons and we're going to fight the devil, okay? Reboot the game again for the 48,000th time. Okay. Alrighty, okay. Let's go back in. I think that's enough on the poll. I'm going to end the poll on the bosses. That's the end of the poll. Let's take a look at the results. So, which hidden boss was the best according to you guys? Pachinko Machine has 64%. The card had 20% and the light had 15%. That's out of 20 votes. Quite a lot of you voted for that. Pachinko Machine wins. Like I say, I think he looks the best from an art perspective. I think the light is a really good boss though. I really like that boss. And Tanya likes that boss too. So, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give myself the cut weapons, the arc and the exploder again. We'll give ourselves the smoke dash and we're going to fight against the devil, which is the final boss of the game. Let's do it. It's so convenient and easy to jump to whichever boss you want in this menu. Like, you don't have to, excuse me, really faff about with anything. Sometimes they take a little bit longer to load, which is weird. And like I say, the thing that does suck is you do have to go on here and assign the controller. That's annoying, but... Alright, let's do it. Also on Legacy, because we're playing in Legacy, you can duck under that attack. You see where the devil claps his hands together? You can actually duck under that. They removed that in the latest version of the game, in the latest patch. I just find that very interesting. The fact that you can duck underneath his clap. You see that? You can't do that anymore because they patched it. You have to either jump over it or use your super, your EX move. It's very, very weird that. Oh, I just dashed right into that. What an idiot I am. What's weird as well, because this is on Legacy, the cutscenes are not animated, which is just a very strange thing to note there, because in a patch, they animated all of the cutscenes in this game. Okay. This arc weapon is so awkward to use. I kind of think it's better than the exploder though, because the exploder, the thing that sucks about the exploder is if you use the EX, it hurts you. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do from like a design standpoint for that. Why would you make a weapon in a game like this, in a game like Cuphead, a weapon that also hurts you? That's such like a bad idea. That's just a really, really bad idea. That's what that is. I can't think of a worse idea. Okay. Oh, I nearly just killed myself. Let's try not to kill myself. I'll do my best, at least. I'll do everything I can to not die. Oh, there we go. I say I'll try not to die, and I die. Okay. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 37 minutes, really? It's been that long already. I didn't realize that. It feels like I haven't really done much because I'm just like kind of goofing around and faffing about with this ugly cut content weapons. Alright. I just want to kill the devil using these weapons. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Ooh, just trying to dash through those. You gotta get your dash on. Duck underneath. Yeah, I find that really weird that you can duck under that clap attack, because you can't do that normally on this game. Ordinarily, you can't do that. I find it very interesting. Okay. I'm taking a hit again, haven't I? Goodness sake. Wow, man. I'm just playing trash. I can't even blame the weapons for that, because the weapons are not that bad. I mean, considering they are broken masses, they're not that bad. Like, they're very usable. I like the EX move of the arc weapon, but I don't like the EX of the exploder. I don't like it at all. I can't tell if I'm doing damage to it or not, much damage or not. I can't really tell. It looks like you're using the chaser, but it's not the chaser. It looks very similar to it though, doesn't it? Ooh. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. I'm dead. Lovely. Okay. I'm doing way worse against the devil using that weapon. For those who are left, I'm going to do another poll to see what people think. And this is just in regards to the weapons. Just a minute. I'm going to mute my mic a minute. My mic was muted. Oh dear. We've got another poll up, wondering what people think of the two weapons that we can use, which is the arc and the exploder. Just wondering what you think of it. What you think of those weapons? I think that it's a strange one, because the arc is decent for like the EX mode on it is okay. But the exploder, the EX move hurts you, which is a really, really bad thing. We've got 2 votes in already. We've got 1 vote for the arc and 1 vote for the exploder. Very interesting. See, they both have kind of pros and cons, don't they? Because the music was way too quiet. The pro is that the pro of the exploder is that it shoots in a straight line. It's like the pea shooter and the lobber combined in terms of like rate of fire and damage. The arc weapon can it obviously curves in like an arc, hence the name. But the arc is it feels weird because I can't shoot where I want to shoot. At least I can shoot in a straight line with the exploder. But the only thing is the EX move deals damage to you, which really sucks. Right. We're going to get back in game in a minute, okay? We're going to hop back in. Alright. Okay. Do you know what I should do? This is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to play through King Dice. I'm going to play through King Dice using the arc and the exploder weapons, all right? And I'm gonna, because we have to go through him anyway, let's pick... Let's pick the light. Let's do light again. Yeah, we're gonna do the light. And then once we beat him, we're gonna have to go into King Dice anyway. So we're gonna try to play through all of the King Dice bosses using these weird weapons. Okay. Oh dear, if I don't die, that is. It's so unsettling without the music. I made a video a while ago about Cuphead without music. So weird. I just killed myself. That's so funny. Alright, we're on to... Jacob to Scorpio, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. We've got a poll on the go. And at the moment, the Exploder is winning with 80%. Very interesting. So, this is the arc weapon, which shoots in an arc. And this is the Exploder weapon, which shoots in a straight line like that. But the only problem with the Exploder is if you use the EX move, it will deal damage to you. I'm actually going to start again. Let's fight against the pachinko machine again, actually. So, there's no point fighting against the card boss because you can't do anything to him. So it's basically pointless. Alright. Let's fight against the pachinko machine again. So we did a vote earlier. Want to say to you, Jacob, we did a vote earlier of which of the bosses, the hidden bosses, people like the most. And the pachinko machine won with 64%. And the card was second place with 20%, which I find very interesting, even though you can't deal damage to the card. And the light only had 15%, which I found very weird, because the light is a really fun boss. Let's fight against the pachinko machine. Let's get on with it. Diglett, hello, hello, hello. We've got Diglett in. I'm glad you're here, Diglett. Welcome. You are more than welcome to a very, very strange Cuphead stream. Something we've never done before. We're messing with arcane magic here. We are messing around with cut content from this game. Bosses that you're not supposed to see. And I've said about it earlier, but I really think that the pachinko machine could have been in the final game. He's basically good to go, except for the placeholder art stuff. But everything else looks good, to me anyway. And he's quite fun to fight. I suppose they felt that he was just a bit... I don't know. They'd already had 9 bosses, didn't they, for it. So the 2 weapons, I've got a poll up for those that are newly in. I want to explain what is going on. So there's 2 weapons that we are using just now. Were cut from the game. You're not supposed to be able to use them, but I am using them because I'm using the debug menu. The first weapon is called the arc, which is this weapon. It shoots in an arc shape, like that. And it's really hard to hit your target sometimes, but when you do hit your target, it's quite useful. The second weapon is called the Exploder, which is that red dot I was just firing out. We just killed the pachinko machine. Hooray, hooray, he's down. Jacob there says, yeah, you would pick the pachinko machine. Okay. Like I say, so, yeah, if you were to pick that, then that would take it up by 15%. So would it be 74? So would it be 74% then if you would pick pachinko machine, maybe? So far, out of these 2 weapons, the arc and the Exploder, we've got 6 votes in. We've got 6 votes. 33% of people prefer the arc. And 67% of people prefer the Exploder. Very interesting. They're kind of good in their own ways, aren't they? But anyway, so what I wanted to do here was play through King Dice using these weapons. That's what I do want to do, but I want to fight against the light one more time. I'm so sorry to play it again. I'm going to fight the light once more. And then we're actually going to play King Dice. Okay, we're actually going to do it then. Okay. Right. Arc. Exploder. Health up to... Here we go. And we're going to fight against the light one more time. You can't avoid taking damage at the start there. It's really unfair. It's so unfair. Sign controller, there we go. See, I'm just like thinking of it like from a usability perspective is with the arc, I don't think it's horrendous, but you can only really hit with it from like certain angles. You got to stand at such a weird angle to land with it. So it's a very situational weapon. Do you know what I mean? It's very situational, whereas the exploder at least shoots in a straight line. So you can use it from no matter where you stood. Ow. The exploder EX deals damage to you, which is really, really bad. There we go, we got him, we've killed him. Lovely. On to King Dice proper. Diglett says, "You're glad you didn't miss the stream." I'm glad too, Diglett. I hope you saw those 2 bosses then, because that's one of the main reasons I'm doing this, is to show the cut content from the game. Duo Septundra, hello, welcome in. Arc looks too slow, okay, like a lobber with more range and less damage. Yeah, it's very interesting that you mentioned that, because both of these weapons, let's talk about them a minute. This basically became the lobber, didn't it? And the reason that the lobber is better than this is because it bounces across the screen. I know it does travel in sort of like an arc shape, but you can still shoot forwards though because it bounces across the floor. So this feels like an early development version of the lobber weapon. And this is the exploder, which to me, it feels like the pea shooter, but slower. It feels like the pea shooter if it had the rate of fire of the lobber, if that makes sense. I'm going to just demonstrate again. If you use the EX move, you will kill yourself. You can hurt yourself. So you can deal damage to yourself using the EX of this weapon, which is probably why they cut it. I don't know what they were thinking, or what they were trying to really do with that. But let's actually play the King Dice bosses now. Let's actually do it now. Let's just play through it using the Arc and the Exploder. We've got 6 votes in. 33% of people prefer the Arc, and 71% of people prefer the Exploder. Very interesting. I think that both of these weapons, they basically became different weapons in the final version of the game, really, didn't they? They just, in the final build of Cuphead, they just kind of took elements from both of these weapons and made new weapons out of them. Like Duo Septundra was saying there, this is like a worse version of the lobber, basically. And they decided to completely cut this weapon, and instead they made the Chaser, which uses the same sprite work. It uses the same like sprite sheet, those green stars. But it doesn't do that weird thing where the stars like stay on the screen. That really, it looks really weird, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It looks like... And if you shoot up in the air, the stars, they look like really big on the floor. They like stay on the floor for a bit. It just looks really weird. And if you EX with it, then they stay... You can like make multiple fall on the floor. It just looks really odd. Yeah. Duo Septundra says, "I wonder if they can be finished with mods." What I'm very interested in doing is see if I can beat the entire game using just these 2 weapons, which is really weird to do. I'm hoping to do like a video of that. That'd be fun. It's been such a pain to set this up, by the way, because I wanted to use the latest patch of this game, but you can't use these weapons on the latest patch. If you want to use these, you have to use Legacy. And also, see here, the Arc is quite good on like this boss, because it at least it's like, say, it's a very situational weapon. It's good sometimes. It's really, really hard to explain what I mean. Like, it sometimes helps, but it also like is sometimes absolute rubbish. See, it was kind of good there. It was kind of decent there. Duo Septundra says maybe they were supposed to be mines. They might have intended to have been that at one point. Like you drop them down and they'll explode later. Yeah, that might be the case. Diglett says, might not be here for next Friday because you go to your aunt's. That's not a problem at all, Diglett. I appreciate you hopping in anyway. I do wonder, Diglett, have you seen these weird weapons before? You might not have. You might have, but they are cut content from the game. You're not supposed to be able to use them. Look how big that star went. Oh, that's really weird. If you have seen them before, I'll be interested, Diglett. But if you haven't seen them, then these weapons, this looks very strange, I know. Okay. We landed on safe. Let's not land on the monkey. Let's not do that. I'm not fighting the monkey. I'm not doing that. I want to fight against King Dice himself using these, just to see what it's like. Oh, you have Diglett. Very interesting. Yeah. I'm glad that you've seen them before because it's quite old news. I'm quite late to the party on using the debug controller. Also, I suck at this boss. I'm really terrible at this boss. If I don't have the smoke dash. And I can't really hit it with this. Better off use this. So I don't want to use the EX because it won't end well for me. Oh dear me, that's not very good. I'm probably going to die, which is not the best. That's funny. Okay, let's go again. We've got 9 votes in. It's quite close, so the Ark, which is this confounded thing, has got 44%, and the Exploder, which is this thing, has got 56%. Okay, very interesting. How did I screw this up so badly? How have I lost, like, how did I die? Let's see if this is useful against Chip's Bet again. It kind of is, because it shoots up. Because it, like, kind of arcs upwards at his head. It's actually quite useful. Like I say, I can see why they cut this from the game, though, because the lobber is like a better version of this weapon, basically. That's quite useful against that, I've got to be fair. That was actually quite good. Against him. I'm just trying it out. I just want to experiment on different bosses to see what they feel like with these weapons, you know. I'm so hesitant to use the EX. Like, why would you want to use the EX of this when it hurts you? Why would you want to do that? Bizarre. Crazy. So yeah, what I want to try to do is play through... do like a playthrough of every boss in this entire game using the cut weapons. I think that'd be quite a fun video to do. Just fight against all of them. All the bosses in the game. Let's do the EX, yeah. I'm not sure what the EX is supposed to be. Like, Septemdra was saying just now, it could have been like a mine or something. Like it's dropped on the floor. It's such a weird EX. I don't know what they were really going for. Because I can't really use the health bar mod. I can't tell how much damage we're doing. I think it's very doable. I think you can definitely beat this game using these 2 weapons. I'm sure you can. Yeah. Oh, we're doing a flying stage. Septemdra says, is your DPS higher if you switch between the 2 weapons a lot? Yes, if you switch between... Well, very interesting question, Septemdra. So we are using the Legacy. I demonstrated earlier about explaining again just now. We're running the Legacy version of the game. And that means if you switch between weapons, then you'll deal crazy damage. If you switch between the Lobber and the Roundabout... You can kill bosses, like, stupidly easy. Like, earlier on, I fought against the, Ribbian Croaks using the Roundabout and the Lobber. Rapidly switching between them. You can skip an entire phase of that boss if you do that. Because you're dealing such ridiculous amount of damage. You can, like, skip an entire phase of that boss. Is wild. Right, let's go. Please, not the monkey. Don't make me fight the monkey, please. Oh, we're fighting against... we are fighting against... Mangosteen. Which is fun for us, because I like fighting Mangosteen, because he's easy. Alright, let's try it. What does it feel like with these weapons? We've got Goopy Legrand in chat. Hello, Goopy. One of the classic bosses of this game. I'm going to read what you've said in just a second. Oh, hey, he's using the unused arc weapon. Yeah. So Goopy Legrand, thank you for joining in. Welcome in. You're very welcome here. These weapons are strange. What I'd like you to do, if you can, is we've got a poll, we've got a vote to see what weapon people prefer. So we're using the arc and the exploder. If you cast your vote, which of these two weapons do you prefer, Goopy? Do you prefer the arc or do you prefer the exploder? Because so far we've got 44% in favor of the arc, and then we've got 56% in favor of the exploder. So it's very interesting. I just wonder what people think. That's all. I want to do like I do want to make a video of playing through the game using these weapons. It could be very, very silly. All right. Let's not land on the monkey, please. Not the monkey. I can't be bothered to fight him. He's just it takes so long. Right, we're on the safe. And then as long as you don't land on one, we're fine. There we go. All right, we're on the final bit now. Just gotta be very careful with that. The exploder is on 60%. Okay. So we've got 10 votes in. We've got 40% for the arc and 60 for the exploder. People prefer the exploder. Like I say, the only downside of the exploder for me is the fact that the EX move hurts you. It deals damage to you. I can't fathom what they were thinking when they were designing this game. And they were like, let's make the EX of this weapon hurt the player. What were they thinking? Goopy Legrand there says the exploder is better because it does more damage than lobby. Yeah, it does. You're right, it does. And it's so strange because it kind of I was saying it earlier. It feels like the exploder feels like the pea shooter and the lobber combined. It's because it shoots in a straight line. That's so weird. We beat King Dice and we're not supposed to be the X. I used the debug menu. You can like skip huge bits of this game with it. Let's try a run and gun level using these weapons. Quite interesting. Let's have a look. I've not done a run and gun properly. Actually, I did actually earlier. Well, I'm lying. I did earlier. I tried one earlier with this. Yeah. I also earlier on I had the invincibility debug on, which is just cheating. Let's be honest. It's just pure cheating. Grim wouldn't like that. Oh yeah, so Grim, this weapon, I will say this, the arc, it functions in a very similar way to the lobber against him, because the best way to kill Grim Matchstick is using the lobber, and because it arcs over him. You can basically just use this in the same way, which is quite nice. It's almost like these are like alternate versions. Like this is like a slower pea shooter, the exploder, but the exploder does more damage than the pea shooter, and it does more damage than the lobber as well. Actually, wait, were you at Elder Kettle's house and you just did King Dice? Yes. You're probably thinking, how on earth did I do that? I'll show you in a minute how I did that, Goopy. I'll show you how I did that in a minute. I just want to finish this level and then I have to restart the game. So because I'm using the debug menu, I have to start the game again from the beginning every single time. I have to reopen the game. There's no workaround for that. Every single time you use the debug menu, you have to just reopen the game. Alright. Debug menu, yeah, that's right. And which I'm going to be going back to in a second as well. Oh dear me. I can't even tell if that deals that much damage. There you go. Lovely. Oh, come on. You have to wait for the thing to load up. Alright, we're going to reboot the game again. I've had to reboot the game so many times during this stream, but there's nothing I can do about it. I've got to do it. Okay. Just have a seizure. There we go. So we've got the debug menu again. All right. What are we going to do now? So I really wish that I could, you know what, I said earlier I was going to show you guys something and I didn't do it. I'm a terrible person. Give me a minute. I'll be back in just a second. Right, this is what I was supposed to be explaining, but I'm an idiot and I forgot. I'm really sorry. This boss, which you guys probably saw in the really old trailer of this game, this boss is actually in the debug menu, but you can't play him. I'm going to show you where he is now. Just a second. Let's switch back over to the main screen there. That octopus looking thing is right here. I'm going to show you where he is now. He's called Airship Jelly. That is him there. So he's still in the files. He still exists, apparently. But I mean, he's still referenced there. But I don't think you can actually... it's not possible to fight him. You can't do it. Noah, hello, welcome Noah. I've got a very interesting thing to show you today. You've probably not seen this stuff, Noah. If you have, then... Goopy says, play Patchy Patchy. Oh, we will, actually. I've played through these bosses so many times, but I'm doing it again. I'm sorry, everyone. Let's give ourselves the Exploder and the Arc. We're going to do it again. Airship Stalk. I don't know what that is. I think Airship Jelly is that octopus, though. We'll play Patchy Patchy, which is... where is he gone? Heck's he gone? Pachinko, there we go. Alright. I really wish that you could play that octopus, but you can't do it. It's not possible. Oh dear me. Alright. Assign controller. Yep, hello Noah. Use the three-way shot. Oh, do you mean the spread shot? Well, I can't now, I'll have to go back. I just use these two debug weapons for the time being. When you say through it, do you mean the spread shot? Like the red diamonds? Is that what you mean? Goopy, to my knowledge, the only two debug weapons that you can use are these two. There's no more you can use. I wish that you could. Do you know what I was thinking? I was wondering if they'll ever add some of these cut bosses to the DLC. I honestly don't think that they're going to add this boss. And I'll explain why. They probably won't add this boss to the DLC because it's a King Dice mini boss. So they're probably never going to add him. I doubt it anyway. For those new that have joined, the poll that you can see, the questionnaire, do you prefer the arc or the exploder? That's the arc, and that's the exploder. Two cut weapons from the game. Goopy says, do you know how to do the Mugman glitch? Oh, do you mean like the Mugman army? I've never done it, so I'll be honest with you, I've never done it, so I'm not sure how you do it. No, the weapon looks like the spread shot, it's more of a pea shooter. Alright, I'll see if I can equip it. Give me a minute. I gotta reboot the game again. I'll have to have a look in the files to see what it's called. I'll have a look now. So the weapon that's just like a three-way shot. It looks like the spread, but it's more of a pea shooter. Would it be arcade pea shot, or would it be spread? So that's the spread shot. But there's also another spread shot. This should be wide shot. Is it? I think it's wide shot, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's wide shot. I know what you're talking about, Goopy. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a. I don't know if you can use it though, but let's try it. Goopy says, actually, they're starting to add things back because the pea shooter weapon thingy looks like it's getting added. Oh, the arcade pea shot. Okay. The only reason why I don't know if they were going to add the pachinko machine to the new DLC, it's because it is a mini boss. Yeah, wide shot. Yeah, wide shot and arcade pea. Let's try those. Give myself some health, and we're going to fight against the light again. It's only because, you know, because it's a King Dice mini boss. I just wonder if they actually, I can't use them. I think you're very right, Goopy, that these are the weapons that they are, but I can't use them. The weapons are disabled. I can't shoot. That is very weird. That Duo Sceptra says plain laser. Yeah, do you know what? Do you want to see if we can use the plain laser? What does that mean? What does plain laser mean? And you definitely can't equip it when you're on foot. I can't use that. I can't use weapons at all. Can't do anything. Okay. Start again. I know what you mean, but I don't think you can equip it. Do you know what? Maybe, so this boss, which is called the Light, they might make like a different version of it. They might also make a different version of the... No, they probably won't use the card. I'm just going to show new people that have joined in. I'm going to do the card boss again, just to show people who haven't seen it. So this is another cut boss from the game. I don't think Noah has seen it. We'll just equip wherever. You can't hurt it anyway. This boss was supposed to be a King Dice sub-boss as well. Is clearly unfinished. It looks like it's drawn in Microsoft Paint. You cannot deal damage to this boss. You can't do anything to him. It doesn't matter what you do. This can hurt you, though. You can't hurt him in any way whatsoever. Oh my word! Did you see that? Are you looking at what I'm looking at? One of those stars that I dropped just filled up. They're filling up the screen. Wow, that hurts my eyes. Stop firing. I'm really sorry, guys. That probably looks really weird to you. Wow, that hurts my eyes. I think what happened there was the star, it's like goes up right up close to the camera. That looks so weird. What the heck was that? Leon the Lord, hello, welcome back. I think what happened there was one of the stars that I dropped, like, went right up close to the camera. That's what it looked like happened there. Let's do that again. And let's not equip that. This charm called Builder, what's that? I don't know what that means. Builder. And Pit Saver, what's that? The developers strike back. Let's equip the P-Shot. Out of curiosity, let's see if we can equip the plain weapons, which I doubt we can on foot, but plain laser, card. Let's have a look at the card boss, okay?
Here's a real high-class
Alright. Let's do this again. I hate that you've got to do this every single time. Assign controller. Oh, Leon the Lord has had his message deleted for some reason. I don't actually know why. Maybe the boss fight is a puzzle game. Yeah, I get what you mean. So it must have been some sort of... I can't shoot anymore. I can't shoot now. I've soft locked myself. So those pieces sort of shift around, and you have to sort of solve it here, and you deal damage to him here. It didn't even come up with the game over screen. That's really weird. The game is like soft locked. It's like hard. It's like, if you don't know what soft lock means, it's basically, it's not crashed. It's still running, but you can't do anything, no matter what you do. That's basically what soft lock means. Oh, he put a bunch of dots. Oh, I see. Okay, it was probably an accident. I see. So it clarifies as spam. Okay. I'm gonna read Goopy's message there. Goopy says, "Do you have an extra controller?" I do, I think. Goopy says there's no game over screen. There actually is a game over screen for this boss, because I've died on this boss before and there was a game over screen, but it just didn't spawn this time for some reason. Septimus says BRB, not a problem at all. And Wolf2 says, yeah, you did dots in 3 different messages. Yeah, that qualifies as spam. Yeah. Like I say, it might have been an accident. He's probably trying to type something. Yeah. Do Wally Wobbles with a laser. That's a good call. I'll see if we can do that, Goopy. Let's have a look, actually. If it works for me. Asus, hello, welcome to the stream. Let's see what Asus has said there. Let's read the chat. Today, he's playing this with your cousin. You discovered that if a player dies and you can't save them, the dead player can spam the pause button and he'll come back. Really? Wow. That's really cool. I didn't know that, Asus, but I'll have to try that. It sounds like a weird bug. A very, very weird exploit bug. What I'm going to do again as well, I've already shown, but I'm just going to switch screen just a minute. This boss, I really, really wish I could show you guys, but I can't. It's not possible to do. This boss, which I believe the name of him in the game files is airship_jelly. He looks so cool. I wish you could fight him. I don't think it's possible. I think that they should add this boss in the DLC. There's no reason for them not to. I really, really want to play against this boss. The way that it functions, he moves from left to the right side of the screen, and you parry the little dot on his head when it's pink. It looks like a really good boss. I really wish that you could play it, but you can't. If you try to play it, the game will just soft lock. So there's that. Goopy says, do the Mugman glitch. Well, first of all, I'll get to the Mugman glitch. First of all, I do want to see if we can use other weapons on the plane stages. So what you were saying first, Goopy, I'm going to try that. You said about do Wally Wobbles with a laser, so let's try it. Plane, laser, right? I wonder if that works. And as a secondary weapon, we should do plane... bomb. Well, we already got the bomb. Plain P-shot. That's the normal weapon, isn't it? Yeah. Plain bomb is the secondary. Let's see if we can use plain laser. Okay. So we'll pick laser P-shot and we will open Wally Wobbles. Flying bird. That's got to be. That has to be Wally Wobbles. The one called flying_bird.
Here's a real high-class.
All right.
It's on.
Let's set the controls up again. Remove player 2 and automatically make them join back. I probably won't know how to do it. I'll have to practice it off screen. I will try it, Goopy. And you should use tentacles to fight back. Yeah. Diglett says, fun fact, press Alt F4 during Grim Matchstick and you'll get all the soul contracts instantly. I'm sure you will. it totally won't quit the game. Right, where's this laser then? I did equip the laser. I don't see any laser. It's just the normal. It's just the normal weapon. it doesn't seem to work. Okay. At least you can shoot, though. That's interesting. I need to go back on that in just a second. Asu says that's not a glitch, it's intentional, because when you do it, the other player will lose HP. So you're saying steal HP from the other player. Really? It's weird. It never really explains or makes that clear. If that is intentional, it's never made clear that that's it by design in the game. Maybe laser's just the name for default. So, September, what I thought was plain P-shot. I thought that was the name for the default gun. That's what I thought, anyway. Can you equip the bomb as your primary weapon, and then laser as a second? Plain laser. Yeah, but both of you have said that you think that the laser is another name for the original. Yeah, you could be right, but I thought that plain P-shot was a name for the original. Do you know what I mean? Because that would make sense to me if they did call it plain P-shot. It might be called laser, I don't know. Can you just equip bomb as both? That's so stupid. Let's equip bomb as both and do flying blimp. That's Hildeberg. Slime. What's slime? Oh, is that Goopy? Goopy Legrand there, isn't it? Okay. Let's go on to flying bird, implying that birds don't fly. So we've got bomb as both of our weapons. So let's see how that works. I'm going to show you something that some of you might not know, but I'm going to show it you anyway. Also, I'm going to end the poll now. It was 50-50 at the end. No way. So for the two cut weapons that we were able to use with the arc and the exploder, 50-50 with 14 votes. Ooh, that is that's amazing. It was a tie. I like that. Right. It doesn't work. It doesn't change your weapon. I love the fact it's called flying bird, implying that birds don't fly. Yeah, you can't change the weapons. It doesn't work anyway. Okay. Right, hang on now. Hang on. Wait a minute. I need to think about something. I've not used the chicken, penguin, and ostrich. Yeah, they don't fly. But no, what I mean is that boss is just a bird. And I love the fact that they called it flying bird. It's just like, it's not that birds that don't fly don't exist, because they do. Because, yeah, like penguins are birds, they don't fly. But I just find it very funny that they called it that. Flying bird. The laser, just a prototype of the default airplane. Yeah. But the interesting thing is, it's so strange that it has pea shooter plain pea shooter, which to me is the default weapon, but there's also laser, plain laser, which is, from what I understand, the same thing. Or if it isn't, they may have planned on having some form of a laser weapon. I don't know. I really want to speak to the developers about this if I can get hold of them, maybe on Twitter or something. I know they're active there. Goopy says fight your boss with exploder because the weapon use the trailer. I will do that. What we're going to do just now, Goopy, we'll fight against Goopy. We will fight Goopy using the exploder weapon. Alright, so let's boot the game again. I'm really surprised that what we had as the outcome for the which weapon's the best, because the arc had 50% and the exploder had 50%. My phone keeps dinging. I do apologise if you heard that. I should put my phone on silent. Very unprofessional, Brad. Put your phone on silent when you're streaming, Brad. You fool. Right. I'm going to fight against Goopy Legrand using the exploder weapon, okay? Let's equip the exploder and the smoke dash, why not, and go against... You can pick the difficulty setting as well. Does that actually work from here? Hard. And Goopy is slime, I think. Slime? I need to change the screen over. I forgot to do that. Can you guys see the game? If you can't, please let me know. Assign controller. There you go. Here we go. Duo Septimus says, where the Cuphead mods? Well, this actually technically is a mod. Just being able to use this stuff, using the cut content. You have to like kind of pull the thing apart. This is that. There was a mod. I'm going to show you guys something again in a second, which you'll bear with me. I'm going to show you a mod that I cannot get working currently, but I'm going to try my best to get it working, okay? In the future. I don't think it's possible, but I'll try. I'm going to show you it after I've beaten Goopy using this weapon, okay? Oh wow, it kind of collides with the ground. It plays the thank you sound effect. It just seems very, very weird if you just pause it like that. That seems very strange. I don't even know if you can do it on the... Can you do it on the latest version or just on Legacy? Because we were actually playing on Legacy just now. A few other things in chat. I am going to catch up in just a minute. Give me a bit. I will catch up. This takes a while. I thought that this weapon did a ton of damage. He's taken quite a lot of damage, to be fair to him. He's a trooper. Oh, we're playing it on Expert, aren't we? Oh, okay. This is on Expert. Did you know there's actually a mod which changes the music that plays as well on the bosses? Yeah, we're on Expert mode. I can't use the EX, because if I do, it'll hit me. It'll hurt me. You'd like to see some visual mods? Well, I'm going to show you something, Duo Septimdra, that I unfortunately cannot get working yet, but I'm going to show you in just a second, alright? Something that you might like. And I actually tried to get it working, but I don't think it's possible anymore. But I can certainly try for next time. Also, sorry, Mr. Meshmal, Diglett says you like the new idle animation. Yeah, I like the idle. I think it looks it's quite nice. I like it. Right, let me catch up on chat. Hang on. Gotta make the distinction for the kids. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so we know which bird is which. The laser was another aeroplane weapon and would act like the chaser. Okay. You were saying, going back to the revive glitch, you think it's intentional because it doesn't play. Yeah. Okay. You don't know, try it. Use the keyboard for player 1 and the controller for player 2 and try it. Yeah, I could try it. In fact, I am going to try it. I will do that. But first of all, I'm going to show you something. You people have probably seen this before, but I'm going to show you an image of it. I cannot get this mod to work. So I'm just going to have to show you a little thing of it, okay? So bear with me just a second. I'm going to mute my mic a minute. My mic was muted as I was talking. What an idiot I am. What I'm trying to say, I'm going to catch up on chat in just a second. I just want to tell you about this. This is a mod for Bendy and the Ink Machine. which I've really, really tried to get it to work, and I don't know if it's possible anymore. If I can get it working, I'll let you guys know. I'll do a stream. I will do an entire stream playing as Bendy if I can. This mod replaces Cuphead with Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. It's a very cool mod. It looks amazing. It replaces all of his supers as well. It makes him, all of his super attacks have black ink and things like that. It looks amazing. You might have seen videos of it a while ago. I tried earlier today to get this mod to work, and I don't really know if that's even possible anymore, because the one file that the developer of this uploaded doesn't exist anymore. There's only one other way. You'd have to like load it through Unity, which is the game engine that this game is built in. It's called Unity. You'd have to open Unity and change the source code in the game engine. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. Asus, I'm going to try what you've said about the Player 1 and Player 2 in just a moment. That hurt. He shows us every second informing the octopus. It took you so long to Photoshop that. I really wish, Goopy, that I could just do it. I can show you a video of it if you like. In fact, I'm going to post the video in chat about this Bendy and the Ink Machine mod. It's really, really cool, and I wish that we could use it. I love the fact I'm showing other people's videos off while I'm trying to do this one. I'm deadly serious that this mod is real. I'm not making that up. I'm going to post a video that someone had just now. It looks great. I know you're watching my stream, but I'm going to post this in the comments if it'll let me. Second. I really want to be able to do that, but I don't think I can. Like I said, I tried getting it to work earlier. If I can sort it out, I can certainly give it a try. But yeah, that is a mod for Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. It looks really, really good, and I can't get it to work because one of the main files has been removed by the mod developer. So that's interesting. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do now is try what Asus was saying about just now. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back in game. I do have two controllers, by the way. Which I don't really need that one, I'll say. Let's boot the game. That guy in the bottom right looks handsome. Oh, is that Goopy? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's read the instructions. Diglett, I don't know if Diglett has gone or not. He said buy bread, but wait, never mind. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go back up a minute. I need to look at... Right, what is it you're supposed to do? You discovered if a player dies, right, and you don't save him, the dead player can spam the pause button and he'll come back alive. See, you say that's not a bug. That sounds like a bug to me. That sounds like a glitch to me. But, you know what? Let's try it. Let's go on health up 2. And let's go on... Just go on root pack. I didn't give myself weapons. I forgot to give myself weapons. It doesn't matter. Well, actually, yeah, it does. It matters a lot, actually. So, if the dead player spams the start button, is that what you said? I'm the dead player. I'm pressing the start button. It's not doing it. Yep. It didn't seem to work. That is what you said, wasn't it? You said, if a player dies and you don't save him, the dead player can spam the pause button and he'll come back alive. The player that is alive has to have more than 1 HP. Diglett says, Brad, you can't see anything on the screen. Can you not? You should be able to. Or unless that message is a bit delayed. Asus says the player that is alive has to have more than 1 HP. I think that they did. But I'll try it again there. It's going to be quite difficult to... It's going to be quite difficult to gauge that. You have to wait till the ghost is gone. You sure you're not trolling me? I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. No, I'll tell you what, I could just jump over stuff. If I just jump over, and if I let Mugman die, yeah. Have to wait till the ghost is gone, okay. So then the dead player spams start, you said, is that right? Okay. I'll wait for the ghost to be gone as well. It actually works. You're right, it does work. You're completely correct. When the ghost is gone, and it gives you a hit point. Do you know what? Fair play, dude. I didn't know that. That is actually very interesting, because it gives you one of their health points. I don't play this game 2-player because I don't have any friends, so I didn't know that. Asus is right. It actually works. It doesn't tell you that anywhere in the game. That's actually really, really cool. Yeah, if yeah, you give them one of your health points. Yeah. Fair play. I didn't know that. That is a very interesting discovery, Asus. Do you know what? I'm surprised. I've never, ever heard anyone talk about that before. So they go off screen, right? And then you press the start button. And they come back. That's crazy. And you can do it again. When they go off screen, they can press start. This game doesn't tell you that anywhere. Like, there's no information about that anywhere. You give them one of your health points. Yeah, you do. My controller's going crazy. Klakawi, hello, hello, welcome in, Klakawi. That's weird. That's like a hidden thing. Like, I've never heard anyone talk about that. Well done, Asus, on discovering that. Goopy says, could you play King Dice all bosses? Yep, I can do that. I will do it using the modded weapons. Hello, Klakawi. I'm going to show... What I want to do, first of all, is... well, reboot the game, obviously. I want to do Pachinko Machine again. Alrighty. We're going to equip the Arc and the Exploder. Give ourselves health. Load Pachinko. Well, so... Diglett says, we should make you a motto. I have a couple of catchphrases that I say that I've been told. I say good grief a lot. I also say, oh my giddy aunt a lot. And I also say, for goodness sake a lot. So I have those as my catchphrases at the moment. What I love about this is it thinks that you're on King Dice. It thinks the game thinks you're playing King Dice, even though you're not. Alright, okay. Let's switch to these weapons. Oh dear me. Oh dear. Okay, this has been a really, really like interesting stream. It's not been normal at all, but it's been interesting. Because I've never properly streamed anything like this before, ever. Oh crumbs, yeah, because the bread. If you want to keep with the bread brand, oh crumbs, oh crumbs. There we go, we got him, Badoop. Klakawi says, fun fact, you can die in the tutorial with Explode at EX Tac. Klakawi is completely 100% correct because you can, and I'm actually going to show it now. Klakawi is completely right because you can. If you've got let's go into the tutorial, go into Elder Kettle's house. Thank you for mentioning that, Klakawi, because I'm actually going to do it right now. You can kill yourself using the exploder. I debugged past this, so I technically haven't even done the start of the game. So I'm like out of the game flow. Okay, Luke says no more tacos for you. Is it Taco Tuesday? Right, so what we're going to do, if we... Wait. Oh, okay, the button changes. That's weird. I'm amazed that these weapons still work. So if we parry these, we'll build up our meter, as you can see. Let's use EX. Oh, fire upwards. There we go, fire upwards, that's it. We need some more. Because this weapon hurts you, which I don't know what the developers were thinking when they decided to make this weapon, but there we go. Luke, no one say. Nobody say. I'm asking Luke specifically. The text on the screen, what is that a reference to? I will buy you a taco and send it you in the mail if you know the answer, Luke. What is the dialogue on screen just now a reference to? It says, "You are not a warrior, you're a beginner." This is also a weird hidden Easter egg, kind of, technically. I'm asking Luke specifically if he knows what that text is in reference to. Asus says, your cousin was mad because he died, so he spammed the pause button to retry and he came back alive. That's how you discovered it. It's amazing, Asus, because I've never ever heard anyone talk about that. That's crazy to me. It's Street Fighter. It's Street Fighter 2. Yep. It's a death quote. It's from Street Fighter 2. Yep. That's it. You are not a warrior, you're a beginner. It's from Street Fighter. Yeah. It actually is, yeah. Because the developers of this game, the two brothers, they're obviously huge fans of like retro games, old games. That's what this game is based on, retro games. And they oh dear. They wanted to have like a little reference to Street Fighter there. Well, the toads that you fight against, you know, Ribby and Croaks, they're a reference to Battletoads. And the super move of the pea shooter is like a Hadouken, isn't it? So there's quite a few sort of Street Fighter references in this game. But yeah, that quote, which I'm just going to bring it up again just so we can see it again. Just kill myself there. Lovely. You're not a warrior, you're a beginner. Goopy says, you feel like you're about to get muted. Why? You haven't done anything wrong. we only delete messages if people like spam like loads of dots or something, or if people like spam the same word over and over, because that would be spam. Did someone say Battletoads? Yeah, I'm going to go to the boss just now, actually. I know all of you know them, but we're going to go... Oh, I can't. Okay. Let's do Root Pack. We fought Root Pack like 1,000 times this stream. It's really weird. Asus, do you think you should make a video about the hidden feature where you can pause? If you press pause, it makes you respawn. If you don't or can't make a video, if I made a video, I would credit you specifically as finding it. Developers wanted to put friendly fire on EX attacks. What, like in Battletoads? Imagine if you could... Well, at the moment, because we're using these weapons, the Exploder actually does deal friendly fire damage. Well, to yourself, at least. I don't know if the Exploder EX hurts your friend. It might do. I think it was kind of a awful idea to do that. Do you know what? Maybe if they added it as like an optional thing, like a toggle on friendly fire, that the EX moves could hurt your friends, that could be quite funny, actually. Do you know what I mean? Like if you play 2-player with your friend and your EX moves like hurt your friend, that could be quite funny. I don't think they'd ever do that. Okay. Nice. Duo September says, you're about to play Cuphead with a friend. Oh, nice, cool. The blue blob, is that a Dragon Quest slime? I believe so, yes. I think so, Tanya, yeah. Yeah. It's like the blobs from Dragon Quest, yeah. More than likely inspired by that, yeah. Diglett says, your friend would kill you. Yeah, especially when you're trying to focus on the boss, your friend would like fire EX moves at you and spam you with it. Why is the carrot TN from Dragon Ball Z? Might well be a reference to it. I don't know enough about Dragon Ball Z to know, but it might well be. What else we got? I think I missed a little bit in chat. What else we got? You can make the video about the feature. You can also don't mention you. That's fine. Well, the reason I would want to mention you, Asus, is because you discovered it. This is yours. This is you. Like, if you wanted to make a video, you should say about it. But if you can't or don't want to make a video, I was gonna give you the credit for it because you discovered it. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that because I don't play this game two-player. Because I don't play it locally with anyone. I know you can. There is a way you can play it like online in like a really weird, hacky, glitchy way. You can play it online, but I've never done that. I've also never done the Mega Man army glitch. How do you do that? I can't remember how you do it, but I know you can like spawn loads of Mugmans, can't you? But I can't remember how you do it. Right, right, what am I doing now then? Let's quit the game. We should be doing all of the King Dice bosses. We already did the King Dice bosses earlier, but we'll do them again. Well, let's do alright. Boot the game up again. I'm going to use whatever I want, though. Can you see the game? You should be able to see the game. Yeah. Alright. Asus says you probably saw a comment on a video talking about the feature, but never saw a video about it. I've genuinely never, ever seen anyone talk about that. I've never seen it mentioned anywhere. That's really strange. Void XY says, can I play with you, please? I don't know. I don't think so. Thing is, though, with playing this thing online, I don't know how to do it because I've never done it. I'd have to have it like explained, or I'd have to look it up. See, I'm quite knowledgeable about this game. There's a lot about this game that I know, but that's something that I don't know. Multiplayer stuff, I haven't messed with it very much. The last time I played this game two-player was like when this game first came out. I played it with my nephew, two-player, and it was really good. It was really fun. I haven't really played it two-player. Luke says, where's the free tackle you promised then? Well, first of all, you said AVGN. And then Goopy said Street Fighter. And then you said Street Fighter? And then you said, it's Street Fighter? Well, if I'm going from your first guess, you said AVGN first. Oof. Sorry about that. Your first guess was AVGN. I want to do a new poll, by the way. Luke on the lookout for midnight Nando's delivery guy with his coming back by with his nachos. Nando's delivery, sorry, not nachos. What am I talking about? I want to do another poll. I got an idea for another poll. Bear with me. I'm actually just going to take a very, very, very short break. I'm going to leave a poll in the chat, and I'd like you guys to answer it if you can, and we'll see how we get on. I'll be back in just a second. Hello, hello, hello. We're back from a very, very short break. I'll see what's happened in my very quick absence there. Asus said charge or roundabout. Oh, that'd be a good question actually. Should have picked that. But we've got the poll for what is the worst Cuphead boss. We've got Grim Matchstick, Mr. Chimes, Rumour Honeybottoms, and the Root Pack, which is the first boss in the game. I'll give you my answer. I can't answer on the poll, so I'll just speak and say what I mean. Mr. Chimes, in my opinion, is the worst boss on the entire game. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him so much. I want him to die horribly. When I say worst, just to clarify, I mean as in like bad, like a bad boss. Not difficult, but a bad boss, one that just sucks. And I would say Mr. Chimes sucks. It's not about... So yeah, this isn't about difficulty. This is about which one do you enjoy the least. Which boss do you not like, is the question. And I would say Mr. Chimes. We've got 4 votes in. It's 50-50 between Grim Matchstick and Mr. Chimes. Okay, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, worst doesn't mean hard, just to clarify. It means worst as in, like, you don't enjoy it, you don't like it, you don't think it's good, or it's your least favourite. Like, your least favourite boss is what I should say. So not anything to do with difficulty, just in terms of how much you like or don't like the boss. Don't like the concept, okay. The reason that I don't like Mr. Chimes is not in relation to difficulty, it's because it's the fight against Mr. Chimes is boring, it's tedious. It feels like it's just there specifically to waste your time. And it's just annoying, like you've got to match the cards together. It's just such a boring, tedious fight. It's not even a matter of whether it's easy or hard, it's just the fact that it's just so boring. Grim Matchstick is hard, yes, sometimes, but the thing with Grim Matchstick, I do like Grim Matchstick, I do like the dragon, but it can be annoying when you're avoiding the little fire boys that he sends out, and when you're avoiding the fireballs he spits at you. If you shoot those, they'll explode and hit you. So those things are just kind of annoying. But Grim Matchstick, I would say Grim Matchstick is easy if you use the lobber weapon. He's quite easy. In fact, speaking of the lobber, I actually do want to use the lobber just in a second. Let's go back to the game. I want to use the lobber a minute, because... Can you actually load the king dice individually? You should be able to. Like, I just forgot how to speak for a second there. Individually load up the king dice mini bosses. It should work. It shouldn't make the game crash. At least I hope it doesn't. We're going to equip the lobber. What was the lobber called here? It was called the bouncer. That's the code name. That's the lobber, the bouncer. Okay. I want to use just the lobber against Mangosteen. I assume 8-ball is Mangosteen. It looks that way, doesn't it? Let's see if it actually loads, that's all. Just want to know if it loads. Yeah, it does. That's good. Mangosteen is very, very easy. He's one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. Don't forget to set your controls again. You've got to do this every single time, because if you don't, you're gonna it forces you to use the keyboard. Alright. Just want to use the lobber on him a minute, just so I can see how much damage it does to him. I think it'll put you back to the start of King Dice after if you've debugged your way in, because you haven't done it like properly. It won't, like, it doesn't count. I think you've got to just start King Dice like, over again from the beginning. There we go. I just wanted to check it, that's all. Asus says, every time you played Mr. Chimes, he always went out of the screen and instantly died. Yeah, that's strange. So yeah, you beat Mr. Chimes via debug, doesn't count. So yeah, the lobber is different to the arch because it's still, it bounces across the floor. The arch kind of goes like that. That's what the arch does. it bounces. Well, sorry, well, it goes in a curve. It doesn't bounce, sorry. It goes in a curve like that. But the lobber actually bounces when it hits the ground. So that's like a better version of the arch weapon. They probably cut it in favor of this, because it's much better. Let me have a look at the poll. How are we looking? We've got 6 votes. What is the worst Cuphead boss? And again, I clarify, it doesn't mean difficult. It means It means your least favorite boss, or boss that you don't think is very good. Grim Matchstick at 33%. Mr. Chimes at 67%, Rumour Honeybottoms at 0%, and the Root Pack at 0%. No one dislikes them. I'm glad, because I like both of them. Mr. Chimes is at 67%, yeah. I think it's the worst boss. This is out of 6 votes. And Grim Matchstick at 33%. Okay. Asus says, what happens if you die with the exploder when you have to parry the dice? I will show you, but what happens, it's not as exciting as you might think, but I'm going to show you anyway. All it will do is it'll do the text that you see if you die at King Dice at the end. You know when you fight King Dice at the end and you have to parry his cards? You see the same game over dialogue as that, but I'm still going to show you anyways. Let's reboot the game. Yeah, it just displays what you'd see if you die on the final bit at the end, yeah. So let's just go Exploder. And let's fight against... Let's give the health, actually. Exploder. No, don't give the health. Can you start King Dice from the beginning? Can you do that? Main. I think main would be starting him from the beginning. It looks like it. So what I'll do is I'll collect some... I'll build my super meter up. He says, like, oh, so clever, and he says, hidey ho, and whatever. Yeah. I'm still going to show you, though, because I think it's interesting to look at. Anyway, let's do it. Let's just build up my meter a minute. And then we'll come back, and I'll kill myself. There's a sentence. I'll kill myself. Right. Standing right close to him, trying to deal damage. Ah. I can't use the EX right now because I'll die. I will do it when we go back to King Dice. Yeah. What I was also supposed to do, what Goopy was talking about earlier, was doing the Mugman glitch, the Mugman army glitch. I don't know how to do it, so I'll have to investigate that. Here we go. You don't know why you died by him? Oh, by Mr. Chimes? Yeah, I hate Mr. Chimes. Right, let's die on this part. There's 1. And there's 2. So clever, so dapper, you better believe this dice is loaded, hidey ho. Yeah, he just says the same dialogue that you'd see if you died on the final part, yeah. Interesting question, a very interesting question. It's good to check these things, because you never know what's going to happen in this game. Some people have managed to kill themselves on Elder Kettle's house as well. Which, I don't think I can do that, because on the latest patch, the exploder weapon doesn't work. And I'd have to be on the latest patch to equip that, and to increase the number of cards I have. But people have managed to kill themselves in Elder Kettle's house, yeah. You have to remove player 2 and instantly join back, so you'll spawn another Mugman. Alright, let's try it. We'll try it on Root Pack, shall we? No, let's try it on Goopy Legrand. Start again. Let's try the Mugman glitch. We're on Legacy, so it should work. I'm absolutely brutalizing Cuphead. I'm just destroying this game, tearing it limb from limb. Health up 2. So you have to remove player 2 and instantly join back. Okay, I'll try it. Let's load. I've never done it before. Excuse me. What were we going to do? Oh yeah, slime, which is Goopy Legrand. We got health +2. We need a weapon as well, though. We could at least have a weapon. Pea shooter and exploder. It's not that hard. Yeah, it's just the fact that I don't really play multiplayer, so I've never even tried it, to be honest with you.
A great slam and then some.
Oh, hold on now. Remove player 2 and then instantly rejoin. Has that worked? I can't tell. It doesn't seem to work. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't look like it's working. Ikak, hello, we've got Ikak. Hello, welcome, Ikak. Welcome in. It's been a while. I've been streaming this for like 3 hours, man. Lucky for you, I'm not ending it just now. Yeah, it's not working for me. I know what you're saying. Remove. What we're trying to do just now, Ikak, is the Mugman army glitch. Where you remove player 2 and then instantly rejoin. It doesn't seem to work for me. I'm joining it literally as soon as. It's not working. Ikak asks, how did you get access to the debug? That's a wonderful question. I'm going to be making a video about it very soon, explaining all of this. It's so much to go over. I spoke about it at the start of the stream about how I did this and how you set it up. There's actually 2 different ways of loading the debug as well. There's a debug mod, which someone made on the Nexus, and then there's something that you don't even need a mod to do, where you can load the debug menu yourself. I am going to show you, Ikak, in a video. I'm going to make an explanation video, hopefully very soon. Yeah. Okay. Right, hang on. So you have to do it really fast. I'm trying to do the Mugman glitch. I've never done it before. I've never even tried it, so... Are you, like, sure that this works? It says you have to be really fast. I'm certain I did it really fast. There. Did I do it? No. I did it, like, insanely fast. Remove and then rejoin. I don't think it works. I'm doing it. I'm literally joining back as soon as I quit. I'm doing it instantly. Yeah, it's not working for me. You need to have a program to control players at the same time. I don't have that just now. I'm just using the keyboard and the controller. I'm just using the keyboard as the one control input. Is it maybe... I don't know. Maybe if I had 2 gamepads, but I'm using... It shouldn't make a difference, though. I'm using the keyboard for player 1 and the controller for player 2. VoidXY says, you think you got Cuphead a month ago? I've had this game since launch. This is the... I've had this game since 2017. Which is when it first came out, from release day. I've been playing this game for like 4 years. Ikak says, also you need the legacy version. This is the legacy version, Ikak. We are running the legacy version of the game just now. Which I actually had to do because loading in the debug bosses doesn't work unless you're playing on legacy. If you're not playing on legacy, then you can't play the cut content bosses. Let's reboot the game again. Jeffrey Coolio, hello, hello. Welcome in, Jeffrey. No, you can actually do it with a normal controller. You have to be so fast that the game doesn't stop. I'm pretty sure I did do that. If you saw, the game was carrying on, and but it still didn't work for me. I don't know what it is. I did it. It should work. Jeffrey, you've already written that message. Could you not spam the same message, please? I assume they're lyrics for a song or something. I assume it's lyrics from some song that I don't know. Yeah, it should. I understand what you're saying. You should remove player, join instantly, and just keep spamming it. I get it, but it didn't work for me for some reason. I don't know why. It should work. And this is the legacy version of the game. It has to be, because otherwise I can't use the exploder and the arc weapon. I can't use them. And I also can't play the optional bosses. Let's fight against the... Let's do the light again. We could do it. I've fought this boss a couple of times, but let's do it again. Oh. What is happening? Why can't I... There we go. I hate that you have to change the controls back over again. It's so annoying. Every single time you reboot the game, you've got to do it. I say, I do quite like this boss. In the poll earlier, only 15% of you said that you liked, that your favourite boss was this one. Which I find very surprising. Because I quite like this boss. And Tanya likes it too. Just trying to kill it a minute. Ooh. Ikak says, you're so sorry for joining the stream so late. And that's not a problem at all. You never ever have to apologise for that. I appreciate that you turn up. I appreciate the support. Like, you don't have to turn up. It's absolutely, you know, it's a... Thing is though, like, we all have things that happen in life. Sometimes, I'm going to pause so I can just talk a minute. Sometimes I have to stream earlier or later on some days because I have personal things that I need to attend to. You know, we've all got lives that we have to do stuff with. It's not a problem at all if you join late. This is absolutely fine. So VoidXY asked a question there, sorry. Should you play Cuphead while watching this? I mean, a lot of people do that. I've actually got that a lot. A lot of people that watch the Cuphead streams, they sometimes play the game whilst they're watching mine because they're trying to, like, see which boss that I'm on or see which boss they want to try and do. Try and do the Rumour Honeybottoms. It's quite a tough one, VoidX, but try the Queen Bee. Tanya says, that's Brother-in-Arms Cuphead song. Oh, right. See, I don't really look at those things, so I didn't know about that song. I assumed it was lyrics from a song. Ace2 says it doesn't work every time. If you really want to do it, just keep trying. I mean, we can try it again in a minute. If I see it one more time, I'm burning it down. Kill it with fire and flames and death. Yeah, message you sent as lyrics to a song. Yeah, Tanya explained that just now. I've not heard it, I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't look into the other songs and stuff. Right. The poll. I'm gonna end the poll just there. This is your, if you haven't voted in the poll, this is your last chance. I'm going to give you 5 more minutes. The question, what's the worst Cuphead boss? We've got 8 votes. This is your final chance to vote, and I'm closing the poll. So get your votes in now, people. If you don't have it, I'm going to... No, I'll give it 3 minutes. 3 minutes. If you haven't voted, vote now. Here's Johnny! Only 3% of you will understand that reference. Right, I'm leaving it there. End poll. And let's see. The results are in. The results are in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. What's the worst Cuphead boss? 62% of you said Mr. Chimes. 37% of you said Grim Matchstick. None of you said Rumour Honeybottoms, and none of you said the Root Pack. That's with 8 votes. Mr. Chimes wins as being the most hated boss in Cuphead. Hooray! I agree with that as well. I hate Mr. Chimes. Asus says you're actually watching this playing COD Zombies. Interesting. Okay. Like, I haven't played COD for years. I can't remember the last time I played COD. It's been a while. That's for sure. Right. Sorry, VoidXY has a question then. Very sorry, Void. Let's see what Void says. Do you have any tips on beating King Dice? First of all, do you mean the mini bosses or King Dice himself? I assume you mean the whole thing, like the mini bosses as well. As for King Dice, I've got some tips for all of it. We could do a little bit of King Dice play in just a minute as well, actually. Jeffrey Coolio says DA Games and CG5 are one of the best song creators out there, pretty sure. I'd have to listen to more of them. Right. Let's do this again. The whole thing. Okay. So I'll show you some tips just now, Void. We'll have a go on King Dice. I'm going to equip the terrible weapons, though, so obviously you're not going to be using these weapons, but give myself some health. We'll click on main. What we'll try, so we'll do a little bit of King Dice, and then I'm going to try to do the Mugman glitch again. It didn't seem to work for me. I'll try the Mugman glitch again. Right, a tip for... so some tips for King Dice. Alright, first things first. If you want to roll a 1, this is what you have to do, Void, okay? If you want to roll a 1, as soon as he claps his hands, every single time it's guaranteed to be a number 1, okay? So just know this first of all. Jump, and so basically, you have to jump and parry. Just keep spamming the jump button like this. As soon as he claps his hands, just spam the jump button, and you're going to get 1 every single time. So that's the first tip I have for you. If you want a number 1... spam the button, okay? You'll get it 100% guaranteed. Now, for getting the other weapons, the other items, sorry. I can't even speak, the other numbers. I'm so stupid. If you want the other numbers, wait until he claps his hands. Clap, then jump, and that's number 2. Try it again. Wait for him to clap his hands. Wait until the animation finishes. Clap, jump, parry. And look to see what is on the dice, okay? Look to see what's there, and that you'll guarantee to hit it. So that's number 3. You have to be quite quick. It's a bit tricky to get used to. Oh my days, I'm so stupid. The game wasn't open. After all the tips I was given, it's not on screen. The game wasn't on screen. Oh, I'm an absolute idiot. Sorry, guys. Let me start again, Void. Right. This is what I was trying to show, Void. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you some tips for King Dice. The first thing is trying to hit the number that you want to hit. Right. If you jump as soon as he claps his hands, you're guaranteed to land number 1. I did that wrong. Just jump as soon as he claps his hands. You're guaranteed to get 1 every single time. This is what I was just demonstrating, but the camera wasn't on because I'm a dummy. This is just for what number you want. I mean, it wasn't that funny, Luke. I've done much funnier than that. I've done much funnier blunders than that. You've got to time it so as soon as he claps his hands, you'll get a 1. Okay, so boom, 1. Right. 1 every single time, okay? So that's how you roll number 1. Oh, Void has to go. Okay, as I was giving tips. I guess I'll have to give you tips some other time then. But I was going to go into more depth here, but that's the start of it. What else was I supposed to be doing? Oh, you're trying the Mugman glitch, wasn't it? I was supposed to try that. Let's just try it here where we take no damage, shall we? Let's start again. Reboot the game. That's all for my my tips on King Dice. I didn't go very far with it. I was just going to start with the planning for the parrying of the dice. Jeffrey says, "Do you know Adam Phoenix 6190?" No, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him. Right, let's go on King Dice main again, and let's try that Mugman glitch because I can't do it for some reason. So you have to join, and then you've got to remove player and then join back straight away. I think I can do it, maybe. Okay, get ready. I'm trying, I'm really trying. It doesn't seem to work. I know there's a thing where you have to make sure that the game is running. You have to like join back in as soon as... Yeah, I can't really do it. I'm trying though. I'm really trying, but it doesn't seem to work. Check him out someday. I'll consider. I'll keep it on my radar. Yeah, I can't really get this Mugman army bug to work. I'm trying, I'm really trying. I know you can sort of like break the game. Nah, this doesn't seem to be working for me. I've tried. I'll have to give it some practice with that. Okay. Adam Phoenix is another gaming YouTuber. Right. Guys, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to play through each of the hidden bosses one more time, and then I'm going to call it there. I'm sorry, because it's been over 3 hours. This has been a long stream, man. What I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to play through the 3 bosses one more time. And then I'm going to call it there, alright? Alright, let's do it. No, I googled him. Amazing. I can't really Google now. My hands are occupied at this minute. Right, let's equip the spread shot and give ourselves health. We're gonna play through the 3 best, the three new bosses again. Asus is heading off. Asus, thank you very much. I'm ending the stream very soon anyway. All I'm going to do now is play through the 3 bosses one last time. I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much, Asus, and thank you for your tip that you gave me about the pausing. That's really cool. Jeffrey says, also, Brad, if you do actually go check him out, you have a second account that you just made called Leon Lord. Yeah, no, that's really strange that you make multiple accounts. It's really weird, like... Because Leon the Lord and Jeffrey are the same person. It's kind of strange. I just have the one account. I'm just Bread. That's me. I'm Bread. We're going to go through the 3 bosses one more time. I also want to do one more poll. I got a poll for you. Hang on. We got to bring the music back. Bring back the funky beats. Hang on. This will be the final poll of the night. It's not related to Cuphead at all. Coke or Pepsi? That's the final question that I have for you people this evening. Coke or Pepsi? I'm interested to know the answers. I do wonder what people think. I've got my answer that I can't vote though. It's only the viewers can vote, so we'll have to tally at the end. I'm going to play through the 3 bosses and then I'm gonna look at the chart. All right, let's go. Let's get back in the game. Stop the dank beats. Stop the beats. Switch back to the game. We will play through all 3 of the bosses once more. This is the final time now, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Up first, we have the pachinko machine, and I forgot to switch the thing over. No, I didn't. No, I switched it over. I've done it now. There we go. Remember to change the controls. San, hello, hello, welcome to the stream, San. You have tuned in just in time. Well, just so you know, I'm actually ending the stream in about 10 minutes. But I'm happy that you've hopped in because you get to have a look at the cut bosses from the game. You might be aware of these bosses, but I'm going to show you them now, San, okay? Let's go, let's do it. Right. I'm using the spread shot, really? That's strange. Oh dear me. Okay. Okay. I don't know if the spread shot was the best weapon for this boss. I could have picked the roundabout or the pea shooter, because I got to get really close to him now to deal damage to him. So I'm getting absolutely rinsed. I'm getting mullered. Sans, is he from Brazil? Oh, cool. It's good to have people from all over in this chat, you know. We've got people from the UK, America, Brazil, Portugal, people from all over. So welcome in. It's good to have you. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I appreciate it. Oh, you won't die. Come on. I shouldn't have picked the spread shot. There we go. He's gone. I said about it earlier, but I'll say again, it's so strange to me how much work has gone into that boss. Like, he has a death animation. He has a death animation, and he also has, like, a background and everything. Okay, next boss that we're going to do is the card. We cannot deal damage to this boss, it's not possible, but we're going to show him anyway. Asus says, last thing before you go, I think you're a Pepsi guy. I'm actually a Coca-Cola guy. I am Coca-Cola. I'm afraid to say, Asus. I am all for Team Coca-Cola. Right, let's use the boomerang, and the pea shooter. Well, the boomerang, which is the roundabout weapon. Okay. And we're going to load the... No, first of all, we will load... Where is he? The light. Okay, we'll do the light. Alright. Let's load him up. It makes you take damage, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's so unfair. Let's switch controls over. Jeffrey Coolio says, you are a mod in Adam's channel. Oh, I see, okay. San says, congratulations on live. Thank you very much, San. Thank you. I really appreciate it, San. And hopefully you can tune in on later streams that we do. Luke says, like you for Dr. Pepper. I was thinking I should have maybe had a few more options like Dr. Pepper and Fanta and whatever. But Coke and Pepsi is like the 1,000-year war. You know, it's like, that's the one that people always speak about. Ah, that wasn't very good. Watch out for the red, watch out for the red. I'm just trying to deal loads of damage to him. There we go. Oh! There we go. And now we're going to do the final one, which is the card boss, which sucks, and you can't really deal damage to it, but we'll do it again. San says, are you from the United States? I'm not. I'm actually from Wales. I'm from South Wales. But a lot of people think that I sound English. I'm not English, I'm Welsh. But my Welsh accent is very, very subtle. It only comes out when I say certain words. If I say words and here and valleys, then it sounds a bit Welshy. And if I say neither as well, the word neither, but everything else I say is apparently I sound English. So if I say, is neither of those things, but I tell you what I mind. I'm probably confusing people when I speak in proper, like, Bally's Welsh. Don't want to confuse folks here. Something is going on. Hello, hello. Don't worry about being late. At least you get to see the cut bosses from the game, so that's all good. That's all good. So we're going to go on to Card now, which is a boss we cannot deal damage to. Something is going on also says commercials. They're both bad. Yeah, that's it, if you go by commercials. Right. Half and half, mate. Half and half, mate. Right. So now we're on the card boss, which we cannot do. You cannot deal damage to this boss, but I'm showing those who have just joined so they can take a look at the battle. No matter what you do, you can't hurt him, but it can hurt you. And I still want to know what the card symbols mean. It was some sort of like puzzle mini game. I don't really know where it was. Try to speak for Brazil. I can say Hola Brazil. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm very sorry. I can say Hola Brazil. Is that right? That's the best I can do. I have a friend who's Spanish, by the way, and he's trying to teach me how to speak Espanol as well. So there's that as well. This boss is really broken because the stars can go right up close to the screen. Look at that. So these green stars are going right up close to the screen. Can you see that? That's what was happening earlier when I was looking at this boss. So yeah, this boss, for those who have not long joined in, it's unplayable. You can't beat it. You can't deal any damage to it whatsoever. And it's very interesting. I wonder if it could have gone somewhere. Right, the final thing I'm going to do before we tally the charts. This is your last chance. Coke or Pepsi. This is your last chance to vote in the poll. Because this is the finale now. All I'm going to do is one more time. I'm going to kill myself on the tutorial level one more time. Right. So let's give ourselves the exploder. And let's go on tutorial. There we go. Lovely. And let's actually catch up on chat as well. Stupid controller again. I hate that you've got to do this every single time. It's so annoying. There you go. Half and half, mate. Tanya says, "Oh, Bat, tidy that is. Your stream is well banging, Bat. I tell you what, I mind. Your stream is well banging, isn't it?" You got to put the N on the end as well. It thinks that I've put the A button as my shoot button when it's not. It's right trigger. Jeffrey's from Amsterdam. I see. San says Coke is better. Well, you are able to vote in the poll. If you haven't already, you might have done. I can't see who's voted. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to kill myself using this weapon. 1, 2, 2 I said. 2, 3. There you go. You are not a warrior, you're a beginner. And with that, I will end the stream. What a way to end. What a finale that was. Right. Okay. I'm ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look at the results. Let's have a little look, shall we? Coke or Pepsi? Coke wins with a staggering 85%. Pepsi, just 14%. And that's out of 7 votes. I'm on Team Coke as well, I've got to be honest with you. So that was a very interesting stream, 3.5 hours. It wasn't really like a proper playthrough or anything. I was just goofing around, messing around with the debug, having a look at the cut weapons and the cut bosses. It's just really cool to look at them, you know. It's interesting. San says, really looking forward to the DLC. So am I, San. The DLC for this game is my most hyped game of this year. I am so excited for the Cuphead DLC. I need it. I'm so hyped. Right. everyone, thank you so much for this. This has been a really weird stream, but I've enjoyed it. It's been very strange to look at the cut content of this game. It's very weird. Those who hadn't seen those bosses before, you've seen them now. Those who hadn't seen the weapons before, I've shown you those as well. So, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you are not in the Discord channel, be sure to join my Discord. The link is in the description of this video. So, that's me. We've got one final thing there. Tanya says, wait, what? Where's the remaining 1%? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Coke 85%, Pepsi 14%. Where is the other 1%? I don't know. San says, you are the best YouTuber without a doubt. Thank you very much, San. That's very, very kind of you to say. That means a lot to me. Thank you, San. I appreciate that. Like say, San, if you'd like to join the Discord, you're welcome to do so. It's in there. Just look in the description. So, this stream has been 3.5 hours. I'm knackered. If you don't know what knackered means, it means exhausted. Thank you, everybody. I'll catch you on Wednesday. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. That's been me. Bread bin out. Thank you very much, everyone.